guys? It's Giltspire here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. How y'all doing today on this terrific Tuesday afternoon? Hopefully you all are doing well. I know I am. That being said, what is up, Slashy? What is up, Giraffe? What is up, Hammy, Beast, Wolf, and more? Hopefully all are having an amazing, amazing day. My friend told me he stopped by yesterday. He did. I was very happy to hear that you recommend checking me out, so thank you for that. I do appreciate it greatly. But what's everyone been doing today? Anything much? Just having a good day as per usual, hopefully. I will give you guys a heads up. I'm a wee bit sniffly today. Allergies are on high gear. I fear that it might be because I was out and about a little bit. A lot of 1v1 chase practices. Fair play. Fair play when kayaking. That's right. That's right. How'd that go? Was it relaxing? Did some interesting stuff happen? Overall, how was the time out on the water? So I do not know, Slashy. I don't. It's something that I'm still trying to figure out based on the performance issues. From what I've heard, other Dead by Daylight leagues and tournaments are still going on as per usual. Not necessarily because people aren't having issues, but because it's either, well, you play or you don't play. And I don't really want to create that scenario and make people choose, quality of the game versus not playing. So I'm not sure. I have a few ideas bouncing around my head of what I'd like to do. There's two options. Either leave it up to the community and see, do you guys just want to try and play through the issues, which, is an option. Or B, which is for me to, for all intent purpose, end Season 0 where it is right now. Viewing Season 0 as, test season, for lack of a better term. And schedule out Season 1 for August, which would give about a month hiatus, enough time for sign-ups, scheduling, and start, the first Saturday or Sunday of August. So there's that thought process too. Main problem is dead hard. I've heard that's not just dead hard, that there's some just general issues with gameplay. Out of curiosity, Slashy, what console are you on? Are you on PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, or Xbox One X? Out of curiosity? Because I know people on like the older versions of the consoles wouldn't give up on the current tournament PS4 Slim. Alright, I think that the Slim has a little bit of a boosted internal system. I don't want to give up on it. That's not the idea. It's more or less to determine whether or not, would, instead of doing it week by week and postponing, would a month time give behavior enough time to fix all the performance issues to where people feel happy about where it's at. I'm on PS4 Pro and still missing frames. Yeah, PS4 Pro is doing better. Xbox One X is doing better. But they're still missing frames. They're still struggling in some respects. Whereas, like, Xbox One original, PlayStation 4 original, even Xbox One S and PS4 Slim are also having issues. Killer is okay to play, but Survivor's awful. That's the biggest thing, right? And it's like this. I used to play sports, right? I used to play soccer. I used to play baseball. If I were to play on a field where half of the field is well maintained and the other half is not, it has pits, it has dug up grass, it's just not a well maintained field, half it is, half it isn't, would I want to play on that field in general? The answer is no. You know, you want to make sure that both sides have a fair playing field across the board, and that you're not going to end up in a scenario where one side has a advantage because one side is disenfranchised. So that's the real issue. Do I support a soccer team? I do not know. I used to play a lot of soccer when I was a kid, or, you know, for EU football, as well as baseball. And I don't support anyone right now. I used to watch some of the US teams, mainly the New England Revolutions, which they were not a great team by any stretch. It's just the fact of being able to go to a soccer match and enjoy that atmosphere. I was a season pass holder for a little bit. That was actually a lot of fun. I had a good time when I was going to soccer games on the regular. But yeah, so that's the thing as an organizer. I really want COT to carry on, but obviously it isn't up to me. Oh no, so I'm not going to, I want to make it clear, COTF isn't ending. It's not as if Season 0 were to end right now, that COTF wouldn't go on. It would simply be that I want to respect you guys as the players and understand that if we were to play in the current, with the current issues, that it wouldn't necessarily be an enjoyable experience for the competitors. And so that's where it's either, do I keep on delaying week by week and just kind of wait and see, or do I say, okay, let's end Season 0, let's schedule Season 1, here are the signups, send this out to every team that you want to join, and let's schedule Season 1 now, and hope that a month is enough for behavior. That's kind of where I'm at. So, I'll figure it out. I'll make an announcement on Wednesday. But we are on Zeraten Field. This would have been great if I had Lethal Pursuer. My god. Map's wide open. Let's take a look. There we are. Perfect timing. Let's cut some distance. She does not vault. Good dodge on the right. If she went to the left, that would have been a dead-on hit. Oof. A little bit low there. A little bit low. Perfect. Let's get you up onto hook ASAP. Ruin is already gone, I do want to mention, which is pretty god-awful. How do I feel about it? The thing is, like, as far as the entire issue is concerned, I don't know how to feel, because if you noticed all of my gameplay, I really haven't experienced any issues. So the unfortunate fact of the matter is that because I'm not affected by it, I can't really speak on the issue as a whole. And because of that, you know, I can't talk about something that doesn't affect me. It's like if I, you know, for example, my dad had cancer, right? And I can talk about how his cancer affected me, but I can't talk about what it's like to have cancer. It's an extreme example, but you get the idea. Alright. I did get one gen, but we're not in a bad spot. I feel like I heard someone. Yep, I did. Hello, Leon boy. See, I was expecting him to go out instead of dead hard. Mind game T-wall. No dead hard in hands. Let's down you. And let's get you up on hook. If you guys are wondering why I might seem a bit quieter when I do specific animations like hook, pick up, and kick generators, it is strictly because of my editing. I want to have those moments with as little audio as possible, allow me the ability to transition from one animation to the next. Let's hit you. Ooh, she doubled back on that. Very nice. That makes my life a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? But we were able to make it work nonetheless. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but those transitions were great. When you mentioned it, I wasn't sure how well it would work, but some of them were so smooth. I'm really happy to hear that. Like, that is my second ever time editing a video. Like, no joke. So, to hear from you guys that the transitions were really smooth and that you guys liked it, really means a lot to me because, obviously, if any of you watch any of Dowsy's videos, you'll know that I kind of took a bit of inspiration with those transitions. And so I wanted the transitions to be as smooth as possible. But one thing I did note when talking to Frankie about it is maybe putting some info about when the transitions are, so that's a little bit more clear. There's a new locker animation when you open it. Wait, seriously? I did not know that's a thing. Really wish I got that hit on Bill. That'd been lovely. Had the right idea, just not the right execution. Thankfully, he doesn't exactly know what the hell he's doing. Thank God that didn't work. I realized as soon as she attempted. That is odd. I haven't noticed that myself yet on PC, but maybe the difference is there and I'm just not aware of it. Let's go for Nancy real quick. Sounds like she's in this tile. She went into the locker. Let's grab her. Gonna try and get him off of this gem. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It was worth a shot to try and push him off the gen. If he panicked, then we would have gotten the pop, but since that's not the case, we're in a bit of a rough position now. Let's see how we can play around this. You might want to go back to these gens that have been worked on earlier, and pressure them instead of just going after that Leon, honestly. Nicely, John. Wow. I was really hoping just to freaking get that grab somehow, but no dice. Yeah, I think based on the fact of how they've committed to these gens, I think this game might be about over. Really hoping that she'd go to the left, right instead of the left. Did she go long side? Yeah, she did. I think she realized what I was attempting to do. So I think I need to leave her and pressure the gens instead. Because if I don't, we're gonna lose. There's Bill. Yeah, I shouldn't have thrown that, honestly. That was my last hatchet. But he's forced on the T-wall. There's no way out of that situation. So is it just a difference of camera? Like right there, of course, it was like straight on, so it was like towards the right a little bit, I guess. Close. Alright, let's go to this last generator. We see Kate here, but I'm worried about Nancy. We saw Leon as well. Yep, they're on this gen after all. Hi there, Nancy. Yeah, she's not falling for it. We still get a hit out of it, so it's not the end of the world, thankfully. But the moment that they commit to one generator, it's going to be troublesome. Alright, no worries. Sounds like middle isn't being worked on all too much. And thankfully she's over here with everyone else. Forces her into this. Let's down you. But if Kate were to jump onto Nancy's gen, that's my real concern. Or if that's the case, then the game's probably over. Let's see. Everyone's on Death Hook except for one person. That's a 10% regression. On what gen? On Nancy's gen? Might as well take a frickin' throw. See if I hit. No dice. Way too high, I think. There's scratch marks. 3 sil. Scratch marks going to the right. Let's pop it. They get the unhook. If they overcommit to 1 gen, we should be fine. Keywords, of course. If they go back to that gen that we bopped earlier, then the game's pretty much over. It looks like Nancy's there. Where'd Leon go? I was about to say, he had to be around here somewhere. He has a pallet, I think. He just ran through, though, without question. No, there's no way. What's my game plan here? Not sure if there really is one. If Kate's on any of the 2 gens, we're in trouble. Did she go out? Yeah, she did. And Kate's on that last gen. She'll probably die for the exit gate. At least I'd imagine so. She might have been more reserved, though. Where is she going? She leaves the gen and goes far back out, trying to take it wide for the exit gate on the right-hand side. At least that's what it looks like. So that's problematic. Nancy might feel emboldened since I left her. Looks like they're already on that. Maybe comms? Because that had to be Leon based on the directionality. Because we saw Nancy in middle, Kate there. And if all 3 over there, then it's GG. There's no way for us to get any altruism off of it. Try and get a long range hit for the sake of it. We're a little bit too low there on the truck. There's Nancy. So where's Leon and Kate? I mean, no matter what, we lose this. Yep, the momentum should get her out. If I had a hatchet, then maybe I could have enough time. But because I don't, then it's pretty much null and void. Well, with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I forget, do I have any challenges currently enabled, or is the next one I need to do a trapper one again? Hold up. That's actually a really good question. Nope, I do not have any challenges enabled. Kill 15 survivors by any means. Alright, well that's easy enough. So, what else are you guys up to today? I know that giraffe you're saying about kayaking. I feel like I missed your comment. It was a lot of fun. We ended up going all the way around the lake, mostly taking our time. Sounds like a nice, relaxing time, indeed. Any plans to do more summer activities like that in the near future, or just kind of taking it day by day? I know in a lot of places right now, though, the heat's pretty unbearable. So, would not be surprised if for the majority of the time you are planning on staying indoors. Not sure how hot it was while you're out on the water. Imagine a bit cooler for obvious reasons, but still. Let's throw on another blood point offering. And I now have all of the perks unlocked on Survivor. I finally finished Yoon, finished Leon and Jill. So I need to figure out what I want to do next with my blood points. If I just want to complete all the blood points on every killer or what? That is the question. I could also theoretically save up 1,000,000 blood points tomorrow. And since tomorrow is Win Streak Wednesday, if I really wanted to, and this sounds so stupid, but would make a little bit of sense, it would not be a half bad idea prestiging a killer and playing them for the entire day. Like a Bubba, for example. Actually, that wouldn't be a half bad idea. Because Bubba could get barbecue would get me more blood points, everyone's going to be using the cakes. The question is how often do the cakes spawn in the blood web? If they spawn pretty much anywhere, then that could be one option. But if they spawn like mainly level 40 plus, then maybe not. So I'm not sure. That's actually a really good question on the event items in the blood web. I want to see if maybe there's any information on that. Let's see. Blood web. Is a blood web. Node cost, mystery boxes, items. No, that doesn't really help me. Main article offerings. Refunding offerings, bonus blood points, event offerings. Let's go to Lunar New Year. As a killer, hook a survivor, yada yada yada. During the event, all hooks and generators were placed. It doesn't say where it might be on the blood web, though. So I'm not sure if there's anything that really gets it. Got to 97 here today, and I work outdoors. It was miserable. I can imagine, Sean. So do I want to save up 1,000,000 blood points for tomorrow and just sink them into one killer for Win Streak Wednesday? It's actually a really good question. Because that would get me a lot of cakes. It's not like I use add-ons, so I'm not too worried about those. Between the... I mean, either that, or I could just use 50,000 blood points per level, and that should get me at least a few. Questions, oh questions. What is the most efficient thing to do during the 5th year anniversary? That is what I don't know. Yeah, I saw in some places like 100 degrees. Surprisingly, it's actually been pretty nice in North Dakota right now. I mean, I guess nice is a relative term. It's better than like the upper 90s and 100s. It's right now high of 84 here, which isn't bad. Do wish is a bit cooler to be fair, but still, 83 is bearable. And to be fair, personally, I just stay indoors. I avoid the heat where possible if I can help it. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get Huntress back onto a 1-win streak. Let's start there. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll try and get every killer onto like a 1-win streak and then start moving them all up into the 10s and whatnot. Wouldn't be a half bad idea. We need to get Trapper a win, Doctor win, Huntress a win, Spirit, Blight, Trickster, and Nemesis. Though I do not want to play Blight right now. I'm not sure if they fixed him in this most recent update, but he's just been so broken. He has been beyond bugged. Alrighty. Well, let's see if we actually load into our match. That is a good question. Rotten Fields again. Really now? Second game in a row. You've only played 2 games, so 100% on the Rotten Fields, that's for sure. Totems up on the Harvester. Hopefully they don't check that all too soon. Ruin definitely would have been beneficial that last match if it was up for longer than it was. So far, nothing. No crows have been disturbed. No one's on Ruin from the looks of things. So they may have rotated out onto the gens. Yep. There's 2 survivors here. Alright, let's go for Yui. Excellent. Hi, Claudette. How are you doing? I don't know why you're running right at me unless you, have Metal Man, maybe? I mean, she has a med kit, so that kind of makes sense. But why would you come right here thereafter? That's what doesn't make sense to me. I mean, we're just looping at her hook. What was she thinking was going to happen? That was rather odd. Hi, Leon. So it looks like Yoon got the unhook on Yui then. Are they going to try and heal over there under the hook? Yep. A little bit too close on that left-hand side, unfortunately. Yeah, she held her corner. Imagine that Leon will go for the unhook on Claudette. Unfortunately, did not connect there. Not sure if that's a little bit too far to the right. Always so hard to tell with this corn. Let's take a look around again, see if we can find Leon. Also, we found Yoon earlier. There goes Claudette. A little bit too far to the left there. I don't think she crossed my path anyways. Well, let's put you back up on a hook for now, Claudie. Alright, she crosses that way, so we're not going to be able to get her there. Now, I did see another survivor back here, probably setting up for the unhook. Let's keep that in mind. And looks like Yui DC'd. I'm not entirely sure why. There goes Claudette. It's not 8012 error code time yet, so a little bit shocked about that. Oh, beautiful! Gotta love that. Yo, what's up, Created? How goes it? How goes it? Frickin' blind shot through the corn worked out beautifully. Alright, I think she went into that tile, so I can't actually hit there. I was really hoping that she'd go for that pallet drop. 2 DCs, funny way to start. Yeah, they didn't exactly play what I would call well. It did not work out well for them. Yeah, I'm trying to get a mind game here on this tile. It's not working, though. Thankfully, she overextended, so we should be able to get this down. I mean, to be fair, a no add-on Huntress doesn't mean a lot if your Huntress is good. I'm still pretty mediocre, all things considered, though I did get some pretty nasty long-range shots. So at this point, it's up to Leon. Honestly, if I was him, I would just end the game. You thought I was lag switching. Yep, no lag switch. If your game is lagging, it is probably, if I had to bet, because you're on an older generation console. Right now, older generation consoles are having performance issues. My frames were bad. Out of curiosity, Doggy, are you on a last generation console like Xbox One, Xbox One S, PlayStation 4, stuff like that. I don't know if it's an optimization issue. I genuinely think it might be a memory leak. I'm not gonna lie. That's horrible. Yeah, PS4. Yeah, PlayStation 4 and Xbox right now are just not in a great spot performance-wise. It's really bad. I only just grabbed my 3090. It'll be all good. Yeah, right now the biggest issue is just the fact that frames are dropping left and right. It's awful on console. There's no doubt about that fact. It really is. And so, if I was anyone on console right now, I just wouldn't play. It was unbearable, so I had to DC. No worries, mate. I fully understand. Like, if I was in your shoes, I would honestly do the same. Unless you're playing on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, I mean, it's pretty much unplayable. I think the only reason why I'm able to play as smoothly on PC, because I've been hearing of people on PC also having issues. I think it's just because my PC is a freaking monster machine. It really is. So if it's a memory leak issue, I'm not going to have an issue for a while, because I think I have... It's either 32 or 64 gigs of RAM in this beast. And so I don't have to worry about it at all. Thank you, I appreciate it. And GG's to you as well. You know, if you guys are interested, would love for you to both to join the Guilty ones. I am an educational killer main, here to teach kills how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. I'm getting better at Huntress. I'm still not the best in the world, but I'm slowly but surely getting better as I play her more and more. Ooh, that was a close one. Was that Life, maybe? He seemed to dip out of there pretty quick and then double back. Let's see. Leon, me boy, where are you going? There we go. Just need to be a bit patient. While stream to become a godlike Guildspire. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like I've said many times, I'm definitely not the best killer out there, but I feel like I'm such a jack of all trades that I'm above average on pretty much everybody. I'm not the, you know, the person to go to if you want to become the best huntress or the best nurse, but still. Thank you. I appreciate it. And the biggest thing is my commentating style. I'm always here to kind of give you a glimpse into what's going on in my mind and why I make certain decisions. I feel like that definitely helps out a lot and makes me a little bit different from the average in that regard. I don't know, like, honestly, these guys are just gonna, like, crank out one gen at a time. If I was them, I just wouldn't go for the unhook, honestly. That's me. I swear to God, if one of those cross maps hits, I'm just going to die inside. I think that was pretty close, too. Funny part. A little bit early. Yeah, that's when that might hit. Did he round the corner? No, he held W. I didn't expect that. A little bit early. I think I was a bit too far ahead of him. Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna go for Leon to end this game at this point. I'd rather not play this out, honestly. Let's grab some distance. We drop the pallet. I'll say these survivors are rather reserved. They're not dropping pallets, like, at all. Good job dodging. He probably should drop the pallet there at that point if he's counting my hatchets. And that should be that. With all the new killers having range powers, Huntress still has the best design. 100%. I really do like Huntress's design. I do think she is arguably one of the best range killers. She still suffers in some cases as far as anti-loop, but for the most part, she's just really good. But that there will be the end of the match. Oh, she's on that gen right to my left, too. They're gonna try and finish it out? Nope. That was like 99. But GG, well played to these survivors. No, I do not want to become famous, bot. No, thank and you. That'll put Huntress back onto a 1-win streak. And good news is, since he did vote for a hatch, she did get it, so that works out in that regard. Yeah, I want to note more and more that I really do like a Nurse's Calling on Huntress. Her lullaby range is roughly 32 meters, but her tear radius is only 20, so people get a lot too comfortable in her lullaby range. I'm not gonna lie. ML Years on Huntress is fun. I like ML Years a little bit better on Pyramid Head because I can just hit through the wall instead. Though I can definitely understand it. It allows you to predict a little bit better. So I can definitely understand that perspective. But personally, I think a Nurse's Calling when they go for the unhook, it's very punishing if you do not respect her lullaby range. Lullaby, I think, is 32 meters, tear radius 20, and so that 12-meter gap in between can just be really lethal if you're not careful. I all the time as a survivor, until I kind of realized that, would get tripped by Huntress way too often, and would just be like, okay, here, lullaby, I think I'm fine, I think I'm fine. Billy Boy, can do. You got Adept for Pyramid Head when I got him. Very nice. Yeah, the hardest part about Adept nowadays is just the fact about making sure you get the Merciless, which means you can't use your power all too much. You need to get every hook, which also means not caging survivors with him. I still need to go through probably every killer in Adept, shouldn't I? Is that Legacy? No, it's not. I wish it was. That's the Blighted cosmetic. I had some of the Legacy skins on console, but obviously without cross progression, I do not have them here. You were indeed bamboozled. Yeah, people get confused by Conjoined Souls and the Blighted Nightingale on Nurse all the time. But I do like this combination for Mr. Bill here. I'm just going to keep it on Blighted Hammer. Alright, so I still need to kill off, how many more survivors? 13 more survivors. Yep, the crowns are returning, and you have to get them per character. So if you want them on every single survivor, every single killer, you'll have to grab them and escape with them in a trial on each of them. So that's kind of a cool little thing there. I probably am going to try and get him on every killer. Every survivor, I'm not sure about, though. I might just get it on Felix at the very least. Alrighty. Endgame like gnomes? No, I think they're on pedestals throughout the entire match, and you can just grab them, and then you just need to escape. I'm pretty sure that's how they described it, but given that I haven't seen it in the game thus far, I can't say for certain. But I believe they have made a full statement, and I think in their most recent video, you know, the one for Nemesis, the reveal, I think they kind of went into more detail specifically, so you can probably reference that and know for certain. I mean, yeah, it is easier doing killers first, no doubt about that. Welcome back. Just looking at plans for a trip later. Ooh, very nice. Are you going far, stay local, Jeff, on the trip, out of curiosity? Alright, Mr. Billy Boy here is on a 3-win streak. Let's keep that in mind. Going to Missouri. Very nice, very nice. Hopefully, contrary to the state's name, you have a good time. Any plans in specific, or just going to go visit, hang out? Yeah, I actually need to talk with Frankie. One of my friends wants to come up and visit soon, once they get their second COVID shot. Where's the list for the killer win streak? Exclamation point streak created. And get it right there. Unfortunately, as of late, we've actually lost a lot of our double-digit win streaks. What do I do for a living? Right now, this. I have been out of a job since May 11th. I used to work for Microsoft, but the org that I worked in, for lack of better terms, was not well managed and had goals that were unrealistic for what we were doing. I love Microsoft as a company. The org that I worked for, though, was god-awful. Poorly managed, had no idea what they're doing, no support for their employees. Yeah, no, I've actually, Frankie has mentioned on a few occasions that I'm much happier now. Which I truly am. I get to, you know, genuinely get enough sleep. I can bring Frankie to and from work. I get to cook before every stream. And Gramps, thank you much for the sub. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything does matter in the end. But between that, you know, streaming, I get to edit content. I'm recording videos for YouTube. Like, it's going in a way right now to where I feel comfortable. And that's what matters. I'm not in a position where I need to get a job, like, right away, which is the nice part. Allows me to kind of explore different options, which is more than what I was able to really do before. I didn't really have the time to think and ponder. It was just, okay, work, sleep, you know, eat, sleep, repeat, stream, and whatnot. But now I actually get to contemplate and think, you know, is that what I want to do? You know, do I want to continue just making content for now? Especially with, you know, COTF up and running as well, where, you know, that is going to soon be another source of income. Dead hard, nicely done. It's a really unsafe pallet, though, I will say. She's playing it smart. She's holding her ground. She messed up, though. She gave me too much distance. Yeah, that's why it's really disappointing right now with COTF being on hiatus due to the performance issues on console. It really does suck because we literally just hit affiliate right before the update, and ever since then we haven't been able to play because of console being just literal garbage. Wow, I'm shocked you didn't know that rune was there. Alright, she's gonna loop this. We have one. And unfortunately, the tiles on this map are so compact. It's gonna make my life a little bit difficult to play. Why you would come back for that pallet like that's such a bad idea. As soon as I saw her turn back around for the pallet drop, I knew I was gonna swing. Alright, let's explore gens again. New here, but I think you make quality content. You're a great player. I wish you all the success. I appreciate that, Gramps. Like, all the support that you give me is above and beyond anything that I could really ask for. And it really does mean the world to me in that regard. So, I do appreciate it. And, you know, small little things like those type of compliments also mean so much. Yep, you're gonna fall. There we go. You get stunned still, so I can drop down and make a decent amount of distance on her. Let's see. Where are you heading off to? We have 3 Jills. It's quite difficult to tell them apart. Okay, you go up. We go down the drain. And on to the next tile. Let's mind game real quick. She'll get the pallet drop without issue. Yep, she mind games that. Good dodge, and back to the pallet. Yep, same mind game. Keep that in mind. She knows what she's doing. I did more simple on here, yeah. Yeah, it is a rough map for Billy for the most part. If you play the tiles well, it's just so difficult. I got 3 Moris on this map against Simple and crew. But these survivors are playing efficiently, and that's actually scary. Like, right now we're 1 for 1 on gens to hooks, but I fear to see another gen pop pretty soon. I'd be willing to bet upstairs, which actually they may have messed up if they take the upstairs and upside down too early. I will make mention of that. You normally want to leave those 2 gens for the last 2. But they have gotten left upstairs for at least the last 1. Alright. I think we might be able to get a chainsaw down here. Too tight of a turn. Played against Admiral Baru the other night and was very embarrassed. Feels bad. Yeah, what's up, right? How goes it? The new hotfix made lag and stutter on console even worse. I think I heard in some cases it made it better. In some cases it made it worse. The biggest thing that I did here was the fact that the majority of the update was actually for Switch and not for, you know, PlayStation, Xbox, which is something to keep in mind, because that's the main console that they actually made mention of. Not here. Imagine they're in this corner by Ruin. Still shocked they haven't gotten, but I guess it's not really doing too much damage. They're off of it. That must have been the Jill that was next to me going for that pallet stun. Shocked they haven't gotten that immediate unhook, though. They haven't dropped out. I might force this Jill into second stage. Might have to. But I also feel like I can't give up too much time on this gen here either. Let's see if she gets to second stage. If she does, that'd be awesome. Just barely, like seconds off. Jeez. Alright, there's 3 sets of scratch marks. 1 person went away, 1 was the injured, and 1 went towards this gen. Let's see, if they go to the upside down... Yep. They play upstairs. Let's give chase. Switch DVD, superior version. Wouldn't go that far necessarily, but I see what you're saying, yeah. Alright, question of the day. They take time to heal, so at least 2 of them are not on gens, 3 of them total. 1 person left. They have 80 seconds for a generator. Let's down Jake and then patrol gens ASAP. There goes Ruin, so they're on that generator then. I also hear that gen here going off. Nothing I could do. There's 2 people. 1 person we could have interrupted. 2 people, not so much. Yeah, they're just playing way too efficiently. So, question of the day is now, how do we play this? They get that insta unhook. There's non-injured Jill. So we chase her out and try and play off of altruism. They're gonna get one of the exit gates 99 no matter what. That's hit. She momentum's out. 3 people injured. I mean, there's only 1 person available for a body block if they have this exit gate coming up. Ooh, this will be dicey. Another pallet. She's playing this well. She's not panicking at all. Alright, there we go. And we're right by basement, so let's put you in basement. Let's see if we can get some altruism. Unfortunately, basement's relatively close to both exit gates, which is not something I'm happy to see, but the distance should make it worth my while. Not to mention, we found a little present. Excellent. I don't know why they're in basement during that point in time, but it works out in my favor, so I'm not gonna complain. Take a look real quick on the stairs where someone's setting up for the unhook. Scratch marks and blood going back towards the exit gate. That's Jake. He's gonna feel a bit too threatened, so we need to do something else here. I can wait out BT here. I don't have to go up. I don't have to go down and play their game. One person in there. One person down here. We chase this Jill, get her down. Get you. There's Jake. Jill heals. Locker. Leaves down. Down you. Jake will go for the pickup upstairs. Where did she go? Wait, where did she go? Oh, there she is. There's Jake and Jill based on the blood trail. Unless one of them has Unbreakable, this is over. Ow! Woo! Well, that was a close one now, wasn't it? Was not expecting that to work out like that. Let's get you two. Honestly, if they were to have instead actually played around me and didn't fear the chainsaw, they would have won. Yeah, right now in the current state of the game, I would not. You are correct. Let's close this. And that will be that. I don't know where this last Jill is, and I hate letting people bleed out, but oh well. I can't exactly do too much about it now, can I? But I do appreciate the well wishes for the anniversary, right? I do hope that console does get fixed soon in the upcoming updates. My hope is that within the next couple of weeks, but I've been saying that for a while now, to be honest. Yeah, if they would have just played around me and basically one of them takes a hit, gets downed, the other two could have escaped very easily. But because none of them wanted to be that person to take the hit, that's what cost them the game in the end. So that was their major mistake. Do I upgrade to 64 gigabytes of RAM? You know, if you have the expendable income and want to, then sure. Otherwise, probably not. If she had adrenaline, I would have been shocked. Even then, it wouldn't have mattered. Because since the generators had already been completed, me closing the hatch wouldn't have procced adrenaline. Adrenaline would have already been activated on the 5th gen activating. So, wouldn't have done much. I have no idea where she is. Literally no clue. Oh, there you are, Jill. Well, I'm happy that you didn't bleed out. Let's get you up onto hook, my girl. And that will be that. Not too shabby. Like I said, I'm quite shocked that I was able to make that comeback. They just played way too altruistically, and so I was able to go from one to another to another. But GG, well played to these survivors. Yeah, I was just talking about how you guys made some mistakes there in basement. Honestly, basement was the nail in the coffin. if one of you had taken the initiative to go up the stairs and take the hit, the other two could have gone around me unless I tried to body block both sides, and it would have allowed at least one, if not both of you, to leave. But because no one wanted to take that risk, it just kind of ended up in a 3-man there. But GG's, Blue, GG's. I appreciate you stopping by, saying hi, and would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. You already leave pretty good job so far and go play something else? Is that, are you saying, you know, for me to play something else? Or... Either ways. I do hope that you're having a good time, right? Definitely, I'd recommend for now, obviously, playing something that's not DVD due to the performance issues. And after that, hopefully in the next couple weeks, we'll see a hot fix that fixes everything. But still, love to have you here in chat as usual, my friend. Alright, let's go again with Billy. Let's hope that this time we don't get a map like Haddonfield Hawkins. That map is a wee bit difficult for Billy. A lot of tight turns. Yo, how goes it, Simple? How goes it? I do appreciate you. How's the day been treating you so far, my friend? Remind me, Simple, do you play on console or PC on Dead by Daylight? If one way or another, how's the new hotfix been treating you? Good, bad, and different? I know a lot of people are saying that in some cases it's worse than it was before. In some cases it's a little bit better. Marginally, and marginally something. Work wasn't horrible? Good news, good news. Alright, no worries, Giraffe, no worries. At the end of the day, life comes first. Both, but mostly on PC now? Gotcha. Imagine PC for streaming, console for casual play. I've been hearing some people complain that PCs still having issues. I haven't played today, just got home from work. Gotcha. I mean, for me, it hasn't been an issue. But I know that for me, it hasn't been for quite some time. Also, it looks like I only have 32 gigs RAM. Good old Matthew memes. Have a nice time and bye. Ah, gotcha. Right, I see. Well, have a good one, right? We'll catch you next time. It's better, but not good. Yeah, exactly, slashing. I'm really hopeful that they fix it soon. I'm seeing so many people on my Steam's friend list where I normally see them on nothing but Dead by Daylight. I'm seeing them on, like, random games. Like, I just saw Vice on Brawlhalla. It's a little bit sad, But I think that the game will still endure as long as they're able to fix these performance issues in a timely manner. I know it's already been like 3 weeks, unfortunately, which is pretty bad. But I mean, stuff like this can happen, and I will say, like, PC isn't that much of an issue. It's just the last-gen consoles, and it just might be that point in time where, as I said before, Behavior might have to make a decision on whether or not they can continue to support last generation. Just did my first DBD match, had fun, but man, do my hands hurt from using trackpad. Using trackpad, you say? Jesus, that's some dedication. Yeah, I don't have many issues with performance on PC. This is for my next match. Sounds like a plan, Simple. New gen have problems as well, apparently. Really? I could have sworn that I heard from most people on Xbox Series X and PS5 that the issues are pretty minimal. Unless it was the newest update that are also having issues. Which is not outside the realm of possibility. It's god-awful, I'm buying a mouse. Yeah, please do yourself a favor. Play something else in the meanwhile. Either that or plug in a controller. That would work too. Alright, blood points. Yeah, I can't. It's bad. I can imagine it. Like, maybe Survivor wouldn't be horrible. You could theoretically map out your left and right turn to arrow keys. Someone was talking to me about it earlier, that having bad FPS drops. That's not great. I just want to try for one match. Be miserable. I know when I played a few matches of DBD without audio, it wasn't bad for the most part until I played against twins, and then I regretted my decisions. You're playing on an emulator where the screen is all blurry. Why do this to yourself, Steamed? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Are you playing on some, like, older laptop or something? Or is it just that you decided to make your life difficult today? On my Chromebook. Okay, that makes a bit more sense to emulate and whatnot. What does Swift Redemption do? That's for when you want to play a match of Survivor with me, when we do have one queued up, which we are playing Match of Survivor next match. I don't think I'm the one who disturbed the crows, so they're gonna be on platform. I'll check over here real quick first, before I go there, though. Let them settle in on that gen. Alright. Oh, we see someone there. Do I want to give up platform? I think I do. Swamp is better than indoor map, no doubt about that. Due to its verticality, though, it can be a bit of a pain. She has the pallet to her left, so we just swing and hit. Would rather not risk it. Yeah, most people are not a fan of this map or Pale Rose. Alright, upsie daisy. Let's put you in basement. Then we can try and chainsaw over there. It's already been 60 seconds, so if there's one person on the murder platform, it would take them just 20 more seconds to get it. There goes Ruin. Interesting. They disturbed the murder platform, but didn't actually go for the gen. That's shocking. Hi there, Bill. I mean, honestly, taking that or the down, I'm fine taking that pallet. That's a good one. Alright. That's fine. We'll bamboozle it. He goes long side. And then where do you go after that, Bill? You had the pallet, but didn't go for it. Why? Yeah, I need to just kind of feather that around him. He just tries to move into my POV, making it impossible for me to actually chainsaw him. Let's check that gen over there where Ruin was. No one over here. Looks like they are over there. Perfect. Let's move them to the left. Yeah, more likely not, he probably didn't see it, which is a mistake on his part. He really should have paid a bit more attention. And it does look like they ended up on the murder platform after all. I'm not too worried about that, though. Hello, don't think I didn't see you. Good job. We'll still get the hit, though. I was hoping that she would overcommit there. But, alas. No dead hard. Good, good. Alright. Well, looks like that gen's gone. You know, I can see you pretty clearly with that dress on, right? That didn't exactly do you any favors there, Kate. No, I don't want to chase that. No, thank you. Let me just get the hook. I wonder if... Oh, there's Claudette. Wow. These guys are just trying to be immersed. scratch marks. Probably Claude. Nope, Bill instead. Close one. I need to be a bit more to the right. He doubled back on this tile, though, which is surprising. Why would you do that? That makes very little sense to me. No, I pressed R instead of E. I might need to remap my buttons, because I always reach for R. Let's ignore you. Check out this gen. Yeah, what's up, Cassette? Long time no see. How goes the deli? Hopefully it's going well. That's been lightly tapped. Chilling this afternoon. Dad plans on cooking burgers. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I made some Italian sausages today. I keep on forgetting to post pictures of dinner. I'll post the last 2 meals after today's stream, I think. He has a pallet to the right. Good curve. Gonna body block you out, though. And I realize that's not gonna work. Perfect. Deli is the deli. We are chronically understaffed on Fridays. That's a bit rough. We lost 5 and maybe we'll lose 6 coworkers within a month. That's not a good sign. Not a good one at all. That is usually a sign of a bad work environment, to be honest. Alright, Bill. How did you finish that? You sneaky little devil. They go for the pallet. Nope, just goes downstairs. That may have been a misplay here. Yeah, he's using these corners pretty well, honestly. Someone needs to go for her. So let's interrupt this. Perfect. We do see additional scratch marks that were not Kate's. I want to say that may have been Bill's instead. But the good news is you see Stead. And we see Bill now. Bill seems to be the most knowledgeable when it comes to trying to dodge me. We saw blood here, which means that must be Kate. Which means she doesn't have DS anymore. Well, now that was a bit of a mistake, to say the least. She should have tried to find Claude, like, ASAP. Does she have a vault coming up? She does. Let's bamboozle it. And she has that pallet again. She doesn't realize that bamboozle activated. Unfortunate. Yo, what's up, vet? How goes it? How you been doing lately? Alright, let's put you here. I guess check out that gen again before it's too long. Well, that's unfortunate. No one there. No one there. Let's check out over here. Pretty silent. Well, with 2 people currently dead, 1 gen left, and most gens silent, we're in a pretty good spot right now. Taking care of sick kids, so not the greatest. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, that's never a fun time for both you and the kids. I do hope that they feel better soon, though. Is it just like a mild cold, or is it hopefully not something more serious? Looks like he went up. He'll go back down. Let's go for the chainsaw. Yeah, I need to map it out instead of the E to R. Literally, I keep on reaching for R every time. Stomach bug? Ooh. That's never a good time. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Let's pop. The problem is that I don't know where she went. She seems to try and keep a good distance here. We need to get Bill down ASAP. We're just gonna hit him instead. And try and end this chase as quickly as possible. If he plays this wrong, he'll die. But fact of the matter is that Claudette's probably on that last gen as we speak. Alright, Bill, what's the game plan now? Do you make it back upstairs? I don't think he will. There's Dead Hard. Alright, let's pick you up. If she pops the last gen, we know exactly where she is. That's the good news. Yep, there she is. Perfect. Watch the left-hand side. So she must have went to the right, or at least behind here. Yep, there she is. Excellent. Yeah, because she gave me that info, that's what's going to cost her her life. If she would not have popped that gem and kept it 99, I think she would have been in a better spot for sure. And looks like the verdict was no to the hatch. Sorry, Claudette, but the guilty ones seek your demise. Oh, wow. Hatch was right here, too. Now, that was a close one, to say the least. God dang. Yes, if you are looking to join, please do add me on Steam. You can do !DBD. But GG, well played to these survivors. Not too shabby at all. That Bill really knew how to play around me, though. He did an amazing job of dodging those chainsaws left and right. But that does put Billy onto a 5-win streak. Not too shabby. But it does look like we're going to jump on over to a match of Survivor. Let's make sure we have everyone here. So we got Simple, Giraffe, and Gramps joining. Sounds like a plan to me. And let's switch over to Felix Boy. Do I want to run my gen build, maybe? Wouldn't be a half bad idea. But when you guys are ready, do feel free to join. Blade Plate 6 medkits. Let's check everything else. Not gonna do that one. Though I can do the last glyph. Yeah, let's do that one. We'll do the last glyph. Yep, we have one full match of Swift already. Simple, Giraffe, and Gramps. And I don't know if Gramps has already attempted to add me. Yep, perfect. Let me get you in. I have gen build with Prove. I need to do gens with other people. Sounds like a plan to me. And Gramps, instead of an invite, if you want to join the lobby. Let's get you on in here. All good, all good. No worries. And now we are just waiting on Simple. Unless Simple, are you joining? All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, ready when you guys are. I need to just find one blue glyph. You'd think that wouldn't be too difficult. You would be wrong. So I think I have a good idea of how to clip and edit together a killer game. I now need to figure out a way to get some smooth transitions on Survivor games, though. That's gonna be easier said than done. I'll have to kind of reference some Survivor-oriented content creators like Aaron, Noob, and so on, and see what their cuts normally look like. Like, I'm trying to genuinely think, but I'm not entirely certain. Actually, I kind of have an idea. Would that work? I wonder. If I had my camera facing directly into a locker, I wonder if I could do that. Like, enter one locker, exit another into a different match. Like, that, the thing is, with doing that, it means that I have to genuinely go into lockers often enough to make that a transition point. And that's something that I don't do. I don't know, that's a good question. I'll have to figure that out. The only idea I could play that off on is if I have my inner strength build, maybe. Right now I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro. I bought a full year of it, and so I've made it... I've made a point now to commit to doing one edited video per day. I am, for all intent and purpose, a brand new editor. I've never edited any content like this before. My last 2 videos are my first edited content. So far, it seems like you guys enjoy it, so I think I'm doing well. Good news there. But I still want to get better, add more things, you know, get better transitions, add my own captions when there's music in the background, little additional details here and there. But overall, I feel like I'm finding some good transition points. I'm editing together things well enough to, like, make it at least enjoyable from a basic editing standpoint. And if you guys haven't already checked out my last 2 edited videos, you know, if you want to leave some feedback, please go over to YouTube. It is the Autohaven Shape, as well as the Gilty one's Jackbox. The Jackbox one is very mildly edited, versus the Autohaven Shape, which was uploaded today, was heavily edited, for the opening montage or highlight reel. Which I guess is another question. Did you guys like the montage or highlight reel from the matches at the beginning of the video, or do you like it towards the end of the video? What are your thoughts there? Or do you like to even have it to where there's 2 highlighted games from a stream, and the highlight reel is used to bridge those 2? Montage at the beginning for attention grabbing? Yeah, that's my thought process of having that at the beginning. It's so hard to figure out, like, what the right order is, because I need to figure out analytics. And right now, the biggest thing is it's not as if YouTube is recommending my videos to people outside of my community, for the most part. Just want to play push the button again. We'll make it, whatchamacallit, a sub goal for July. I'm going to update all the sub goals and make them lower. They're going to start at 50, though, and I think every 10 will be a sub goal. The cooking stream and the movie night will be a bit higher up there. Who this? Are they downstairs? I think they're downstairs. Now let's go to the bathroom. I see you better together here. Hello. Please take a hit for me. If the killer comes, that would be appreciated. Alright, there goes Simple. That is fine. Still no idea who the killer is. I think it's an older killer based on the Terror Radius music. But yeah, push the button will be on that list. And so will Trivia Murder Party. Basically gonna cause Thana the most of the match with no either. Oh crap, I didn't even realize Thana was in play. Yep. It's Legion? Really? I would have never have even realized that because they have not used Feral Frenzy once. Every hit, your game froze. That is an oof. I'm just waiting for this Terrius to go. There we go. It's definitely not you. Yeah, so they're doing Slowdown Legion with Dying Light and Thana. Interesting. I mean, 5 stacks of Dying Light is equivalent to roughly 4 survivors being injured of Thana. So it can increase anywhere between 16 additional seconds per gen all the way up to 32. That's actually super punishing. So right now, with 2 people injured, 1 stack of Dying Light, we're roughly at 12 additional seconds. And Sloppy, yeah, it's, I guess a take on Forever Legion. Huh, fair play. We have a pallet to my right. The funny thing is, if he uses Feral Frenzy, he's not using Feral Frenzy at all. I have not seen a single person mend. That's so odd. Why would Legion not use Feral Frenzy? Well, that's 12 seconds now per gen added. Give or take. Perfect. Thankfully, my resilience, for all intent and purpose, is going to counter 1 stack of Thana. Any totems? Nope, no one dying from the looks of things. That's good news, at least. Aerogen upstairs, I think, being worked on. Is there a gen back here? No, but I hear the tear radius, so I think they're still on Giraffe, maybe? They're definitely not going for short chases, I'll tell you what. I say as Giraffe gets immediately downed. Alright, now over there. Okay, so there's a gen on the opposite side of this door. I'm really hoping they don't come to this hook. That would be unfortunate. I think they are. If you take a body block, I think that... If you take a body block, I think they can get out. There you go. Alright, I just need to get out of there. Alright, Draft's back down, not the end of the world. Oh yeah, that was a decent chase. And taking those body blocks was definitely well worth it. Unfortunately, it's not like we had time on gens during that time, so it's kind of a moot point, but still. Where is that? Which means Legion's gonna come up this way. I'm gonna go for the unhook. She canceled Frenzy? Gotcha. Let's get you unhooked and healed. Yeah, it's gonna be... The late game might be a bit difficult if they use their Frenzy appropriately. Right now, Gramps and I need to take a hook stage. Big time, because Simple's gonna go on the second stage. That'll be 3 stacks of Dying Light. It is pretty painful, actually. Yep, coming back towards the unhook. We need to get another gen ASAP. Was that Legion? Yep, that's Legion. Which means I can sprint behind and go for the unhook and the heal. Gramps being downed is not bad, but not great. As long as we reset after every unhook, I think we should be in a relatively good position. Right now, it's going to be becoming harder and harder to heal between Sloppy Butcher and Dying Light. 4 stacks now is basically the equivalent of 4 stacks of Thana for all intent and purpose. My resilience helps, but doesn't do too much. We need to drop down. Surprisingly, they didn't commit to that direction. Huh. Odd. I need to split on gens as we speak. So I'm gonna work on this one. I see draft down there. And let's try and finish out this gen ASAP. There goes Simple, so they tunneled Simple out. Hopefully Simple has Decisive Strike. Looks like they're going for Gramps, though. So I'm gonna go for Simple and try and pick you up while they go for Gramps. Well, that didn't work out too well. I'll be honest. That did not work out too well. I mean, on the bright side, Gramps is down and Simple is not, which is what we kind of needed. I stopped her from vaulting by vaulting myself, and so she then unfrenzied. That actually kind of worked out. Oh yeah, the game's always fun, but console is not a great place to play on right now. No reason to come here since the gen's not active. Starting to move away. Good, good. Alright, you guys can heal. That is draft down. Not the end of the world. If you guys come to this gen, let's 3-man it. And try to get this cranked out. It's going to be hard out with Thana and Dying Light as high on the tiers as it is. They saw David. They're going to frenzy. Frenzying people that are already injured is kind of a moot point. I have my sprint first. They didn't go for me. Alright, they're gonna go back for the gen. Even if I trade, this is a good trade. Keep someone in the game. We need to jump on another generator, though, ASAP. They don't know where I am because I'm going to 99 mend. Giraffe being down's not great, though. Oh, they're mooring. Right. So we need to change up another gen, guys. If we know where another gen is, jump on that. She'll probably come back for this generator. Trying to see where she goes. Okay. Let me jump back on it. Simple's now in chase again. I don't know if Gramps is on another gen. Yeah, right now, actually, Dying Light's doing a number on us. It really is. But if I can get another, like, 30 seconds on this gen, we should be able to get at least a 2-man out. Every time I thought we were, like, getting out of the water and getting into a better position, it, like, immediately dragged us back in. Amori? There's a swing. Will she go for me? She will. Alright, she's not gonna go for me because she doesn't want to give up too much pressure on the gens. Perfect. Keep her attention just for a little bit more. I can finish out this gen. Yeah, she slugged because she didn't want this gen popping. That's why. Alright, she's picking up this time, though. She may have only had a green Mori. Alright, which exit gate will she go for? We need to split on exit gate pressure in order to try and get at least one person out. I'll go on this one. You're on that one. We might be able to get one, if not two people out. Would have loved if you were healed, but no dice. Yep, they're on Gramps. I didn't want to get on PC and want to see if the game was any better in console, and I regret it. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, Thana Dying Light did a number on us, that's for sure. It was so bad, yeah, I can imagine. Well, I should probably make sure they don't have Blood Warden, shouldn't I? I should just leave at that point. I was like, wait a second. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, Blood Warden. Oh, criminy. Oh, he didn't even see my blue glyph that entire... Wait. What? You got off the hook? Dead Hard. Dead Hard should do it. No! I think it, like, you would have had to probably go for pallet side, drop pallet, and that would have worked. Yeah, the Dead Hard or pallet would have saved that. So close, but so far away. Unfortunate. Well, with that being said, GG, well played to the Legion and the survivors. Yeah, I think if you could have made it to the pallet and dropped that for distance and then used Dead Hard out, I think you would have gotten it. Interesting. Save the best for last as well. I mean, Thana Dying Light did a really big number on us. For every... yeah, roughly for every 2 hooks they got, it equaled 1 Thana stack. That was rough. Alright, but unless we do get another channel point donation or a donation to Extra Life, that will be the last match of Survivor. Looks like Giraffe says, let's do another round. So for those who are Swift up, you're more than welcome to join. As I do believe we have only 3 people Swift right now, so that is Simple, Giraffe, and Gramps. Get my glyph? Fair enough, fair enough. I should probably switch off of this build if I'm doing so. Just got my last glyph. Yeah, I still need 1 more for chapter 1, I do believe, of this compendium. And are you getting back on? So in that case, looks like Steamed is. So actually, Simple, don't worry about it because Steamed queued up, so you're getting rotated out, and Steam is being rotated in. So when you're ready, Steam, feel free to join. I'm gonna switch off of this build. Let's go for my chase build instead. So balanced, Dead Hard, resilience, and spine chill. Let's run, I guess, a first aid with bandages and butterfly tape. Why the hell not? And let me know if you need a invite Steamed. I don't think I see you online right now. Why does the tome want to force you to bring ultra rare? I don't wanna. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about the challenges is how they force you to play a certain way in some cases. It just is really rough. I missed my mouth. Alright. Not sure if maybe Steam just needs to get online or whatnot. Let's see. Nope, I do not think you're online. You'll redeem yourself? Oh, redeem yourself from last match? I mean, we did fine, all things considered. It's just that Thana and, whatchamacallit, Thana and Dying Light just slowed us down so much. Send a request? Yep, I got it, accepted it, should be good to go. Were you just a little bit too early, Gramps, I take it? Is that what happened? Every time I go for a flashlight, I'm like framed too early. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, to be fair, I'm an amateur flashlight user myself, so I feel that. I feel that. But looks like we should be good. And let's ready on up, shall we? Just waiting on you, Steen, when you are ready. All good, don't worry about it, my friend. You are good to go. At the end of the day, we all start somewhere, right? Survivor mains get flashlight saves every time. Not wrong, you're not wrong. Nope, so because of redeems. Yep, you've gotten 2 matches of Survivor. And if anyone also wants to donate more channel points, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, we'll be moving to Killer after this match. Make that 3. Sounds like a plan to me. So we'll do that next match. Hemi will get rotated in, which will mean that Giraffe gets rotated out. Sounds like a plan. Well, maybe I'll have to figure out how to edit Survivor matches together after all. I was planning on doing so Saturday, but we'll see. You don't mind? I mean, Draft's already played in a few matches, Amy, so if you want to join, you're more than welcome to do so. Just let me know if you want to join or not. I'll let you decide that, and we'll figure it out after this match here. Exactly. Giraffe is usually the first person in on most Swifts due to being a mod and all that. Alright, well, it's completely up to you. If you are not interested in playing Hammy, then that's okay. If you are, then, you know, just let me know, Swift up, and we'll get you on in on the next match, since you did redeem the Survivor match after all. Otherwise, Simple will come in, and Giraffe will get kicked out one way or another. So, do keep that in mind if you're doing it for Giraffe's sake. Okay, just want to give another match? Okay, sounds good. I was gonna say, if you're doing it for Giraffe's sake, then Giraffe's gonna get rotated out one way or another. But we appreciate it, Hammy. Thank you, thank you. How's your day been, by the way? Hopefully it's been going well. Alright, Survivor Puddin'. Not too worried about that. So actually, here's a question for you guys. So how long does... I'm going to need to go after this match since emulator, so okay, sounds good, Steamed. So here's a question for you guys. The event goes on for, what, 2 weeks? The 30th to the 15th, I think? Would you guys like to play more Survivor during that time? Or would you like to do a little bit of both? I'm trying to figure it out, if we were to play both Survivor and Killer alike, on how that would work. Alright, Wretched Shop. I think there's hills on this. Yeah, if we did Survivor and Killer, I'd have to do Survivor in the, like, beginning of the stream, and Killer on the latter half. Doctor? No Undying. And no... Jesus, that scared me. Hey, my glyph. And no Throw the Hunt. That's good news. Will there be more singing? What, by me? I mean, I could. I'm not classically trained, but my father trained me how to sing barbershop quartet. And so I know how to sing, I think, decently well. This little wretch of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, my dad was in a pretty well-known barbershop quartet in his time. Alright, let's go off the short side here so we don't activate bounce landing. Let's jump on Jen. Hi there! You wanna jump on a Jen with me, bud? Yeah, he was part of a group called the Oriole 4. Spine chill. Yep, he's a-coming. He saw me. Ooh, I thought I had the animation. Apparently not. Let's go on the hill, Doc. Get bounce landing for distance. Will they commit to me? Answer is yes. He's gonna go through. Let's continue looping this side. He's gonna break. Think Bill and I are here. I need to snap out of it before too long. Alright. Alright, let's heal up. Got 2 heals on this. And we can start trying to crank out a gen. Oh, hi there. Giraffe, you need to snap out of it. Once you're done snapping out of it, I can heal you. Alright, sounds good, Hammy. I appreciate it. Let me know. Let's heal up, and then we can double up on this gen. He chased you? Yeah, I got that sense. Looks like he's on Gramps now. So that means that we need to... I need to probably take a hook state next. Let's do this. Let's see. We have 20 seconds roughly on this now. Gramps has roughly 25 seconds. Distance is large enough, so I'm gonna leave. He also has a nerving presence, I'm just realizing. Interestingly enough. He's found Bill. Unfortunately, Bill's going this way. Alright, he's gonna break. Let's bring him back to hill then. Bounce landing activates. No dice, Doc. Alright. Let's bring him to here. Dodge that static blast. He doubled back. Hey! Alright, we'll take a hit and try and move into the next tile. Will I just break? Yeah, he breaks every pallet he comes across, it looks like. Nope, no dice on that one. Yeah, so even if I could dodge him again, no dice though. Honestly, me taking hook state here is not a bad thing, all things considered. I'm just not seeing a lot of people on gens. We need to get another gen cranked out soon. Nope. We just got a few redeems of Survivor matches via channel points. Yeah, that unnerving presence really does make his Teritus pretty large, doesn't it? Looks like Gramps took a hit. And let's see, who is that on their way? Looks like Giraffe, but Doc is chasing you for the unhook. Hopefully I have BT so I can take the BT hit. You do. Dodged. Then hit. Perfect. Is he gonna go for me now? Nope, he is not. Excellent. I need to snap out of it, and then I can heal. He's coming. Nope, leave! He's coming! Alright. I'm surprised he still hasn't broken this door. Like, this window, you want to break that. Bounce landing's activated. I need to mend as well. Oh my god, I almost went down. Wow, that's a thing. I just realized I couldn't mend because I had to snap out first. He's over here. Well, that's a bad spot to be. I literally almost went down from mending because of having to snap out of it first. Huh. I'm gonna have to test out that interaction in the future. So, looks like Bill's down. That's fine. You want to spread hook states as much as possible. And then I can jump on this gen. Once 99. That Terius is freaking huge. Avoid the static blast. That should be coming. Overcharge as well, really. Now, let's see. Giraffe ideally should go for the unhook if we can help it. Gonna leave Bill on that for a hot minute. Try and get some gen work done. So far, okay, I see someone going for the unhook. That's Giraffe. Good news there. I don't know why you're not healing under hook unless Doctor's on his way, potentially. Nope, you really should get healed first, Bill. Also, I recommend a perk called Tactician for you. By the way, if an instance that you're not doing that great of skill checks. Let's heal you. Okay, we're not in a bad spot, all things considered. Do not heal me. No, no. No heal me. I have 99 myself on purpose. Go for that gen. He's on his way. He might go for me. Need to make sure I don't get hit with tier 3. Is he going for the unhook? Yeah, he is. Oh, Bill, no! He can shock you out almost indefinitely. Yeah, that's fine. Not the end of the world, but not great either. Alright, Bill's down. Not great, not horrible. Looks like Gramps is currently on tier 3 and in chase, question mark? Nope. Another gen done. Good news. And we need to get one more. I do need to take a hook state. I think he's gonna come for me. Unfortunately, I accidentally used Dead Hard. He's still on me? He is not. He went back for the unhook. Shocked out. Well, great time to snap out of it. Alright, let me heal you, Gramps, first. That way I can use my resilience to heal you faster. No. I can heal you faster because I have resilience. That's the point there. Alright, they're on Giraffe. That's fine. And then I need to be the one who goes for Giraffe. Not sure where that's at. Okay, right there. You can find pallets. I think he may have used a lot of them. He pretty much insta-breaks pallets once they're dropped. From the looks of things. And he's going for Bill because he's still in tier 3 screaming. Let's heal. Looks like Bill's over by Shaq. Let's keep that in mind. And what gens are left? Fake Terratus? No worries. You're good. You're good. We have one gen here. He's probably going to shock out, though. We may have actually accidentally 3-gened ourselves. And I'm looking at the situation we're in. There's 1, 2... Don't know where the third one is, though. Alright, if you can bring him away from Shaq, that would be good. Any progress is progress. There's Overcharge. He's on Gramps. On one hand, I want to take the body block for the chase. On the other hand, I want to crank out this gen ASAP. 40 seconds of Prove Thyself. Let's go for it. I think that might be the play. Grams, try and hold on as long as you can, my friend. Sorry not to be there sooner, but if you can hold out, might be able to come in for a body block after. He's coming. Where's this third gen? That's the part I don't know. Giraffe is taking a hit. I mean, that doctor... He's gonna probably shock soon. Hey, what's up, Doc? Bus is not great. Yep, that's what I thought. I'm gonna try and take him as far away as I can. But he's not going for me. He's going to keep on hitting us one at a time. Hatch is in front of the shop. We need to regroup and heal because what it's going to do is keep on injuring, allowing us to reset. That's unfortunate. He might slug out now. So I'll try... No. Is he going back for a gen? He is. Nope, I can't commit. That's a bad place to be. I guess you're going for the flashlight save. You might see me going for the pickup. Let's heal up while Gramps is keeping him busy. I'm not sure for how long it's going to be, though. Alright, he's gonna immediately be in chase with one of us. Trying to think of our best case scenario. Alright, you're fine steamed. Like I said, you start somewhere when you learn. Alright, I'm gonna try and draw him away. Nope. Best thing I can recommend here is no, don't do the gen. I would recommend just jumping onto an exit gate, and letting me die, personally. But 'tis up to you. Because Hatch is right over here. So my hope would be that he might try and play out Hatch. If he doesn't, which it doesn't look like he is, rotate back around to the front of the shop. Hatch is right here, to my right. Just keep on running. Since you're healed, you should be able to take a hit. And I think you should be able to reach Hatch before he does. It's right in front of the shop. It's almost impossible to miss. Keywords, almost. Against Survivor Bots, and they all called me Filthy Camper and Tunneler. Oof. Alright, let's see if this works out the way I hope it does. There it is. Perfect. And at least that way we get one person out. GG. Well played to the Doctor and the survivors. Let's see. Overcharge, unnerving presence, distressing, and barbecue. Interesting. With iridescent, king, and calm. Oh, that explains why I was getting the everything effect, basically. Flashlights are dead to you? Yeah, I mean, if a killer's smart, flashlights are pretty useless, to be honest. It takes the right scenarios, and it's easier said than done. Alright, got the glyph. Alright, so who do we got here? So, Swift up. We have Simple and Hammy. So we're going to rotate out Giraffe. We're going to rotate out Gramps. Hammy's in twice. I'm going to reject one. So we're going to get Steamed, Hammy, and Simple. So, Hammy, are you still here? Get my PC for legit. I'm going to be better at this. No worries, Steamed. Do you want to play another match, or do you want to pass your spot instead? So, Hammy comes in. There's Simple. And Steamed. Are you still playing? Now I'm already out. I got, I'm in the left of my emulator. Okay, I'll pass it. Sounds good. In that case, we'll keep Gramps in. Nope, I don't think anyone needs your spots. So we'll keep Gramps in, and we should be good. Oh, where'd Hammy go? Not sure what happened there. Current tome, chapter 2. Escape while using the perk left behind. Fall from a great height. Glyph again. Invitation could not be accepted. That's an odd one. Chapter 3. Unlock survivor safely and take protection hits 12 times. It's fun to play. I'm happy to hear that. Repair total of 12 generators. Sabotage 12 hooks. Repair total 6 generators while cooperating with other survivors. Anything I can do in one match? Heal total of 10 health states of other survivors. Maybe. Let's run the heal build. It's still giving me the same error here, Hammy? If so, I might recommend resetting the game. Or instead of taking an invite, just try and join off of me. We went up against the Doctor with Eerie King and Calm Spirit. Okay. Looks good so far, so let's start up. Fingers crossed. Nope. So I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna reset the lobby. Back to title screen. I'm going to have everyone rejoin, so that's Simple, Hammy, and Gramps. And I'd recommend probably trying to restart the game, Hammy. Let's grab... where are we? Gramps. Simple. And then Hammy will join momentarily. We're going to switch it up from what I'm currently using to a heal build. And it's 10 health states of other survivors, so I do not count in that. Let's do botany knowledge. Let's do desperate measures. Let's go with second wind, and we'll make it. Yeah, second wind, we'll make it then. Then I'm just gonna bring a first aid kit. That will be 2 charges since I get another 8. And then I can just make it quicker using surgical sutures and needle and thread. And do I want to bring anything else? No, not really. Should be fine. Alright, let me know if you're still having issues, Sammy. As per usual, DBD, be DBD. Can't exactly do much about it. Just logging in again? No worries, no worries. Remind me, Hammy, are you on PC right now or are you on console? Oh, you know what I need to use? On one hand, I want to use this build. On the other hand, empathy. Xbox? Okay, so you're on console. How have the frame issues and performance issues been working for you? Bad, good, worse than before? So I want empathy over second wind, or we'll make it, is the real question. A little better? That's good, at least. That's what I've been hearing, is a little better, and a little's better than nothing, but still, it's rough. Empathy, empathy. I mean, I have 2 self-heals, so yeah, let's run empathy. Where is it? There we are. Perfect. Sometimes the Dislinger freeze when aiming, but that does, then it doesn't happen again. But unhooks aren't a good match of me right now. Okay, so unhooking others is a bit rough. Fair. All right, let's ready on up. Fingers crossed that everything works. When you are ready, Gramps, Hammy, and Simple, please ready up. Oh, and there it goes again. Shoot. How about this? Let's try and join Hammy then. So, try inviting you? Okay, I'll try inviting you instead. Yeah, what we'll do is that if it happens after the invite, we'll have Hammy host the lobby. Nope. Has joined and left. So let's try joining Hammy's lobby then. See if that works. Oh, DBD. Why can't you be simple? So I'm gonna join Hammy's lobby. And then get Gramps and Simple in here. And then, where's Simple? There you are. Alright. So far, everything is looking good. So I guess let's ready up. When in doubt, I guess just change hosts. Annoying as it is. But c'est la vie. Why can't you be like Simple? You know, just DVD making life difficult is all. So once Hammy and Gramps are readied up, we'll get into this next match of Survivor. Really was hoping that this update would have fixed all the performance issues. I wonder... I'm trying to think of what could have caused the performance issues in the first place. With the most recent update, what is the main thing that they changed, other than the new map, of course? There's the new map, but that's about it. The new map currently is disabled. I'm trying to decide if I want more of those steak, cilantro, and lime burritos for dinner tonight, or a turkey burger. Steak, cilantro, and lime burritos, that sounds delectable. I would go with that personally. I did Italian sausage with green pepper and onion. I first sauteed the onion and pepper with a bit of oil, put in some honey last minute to mix in, and then I roasted them under the broiler until a lot of it was charred, kind of like what you get off a grill. The sugars from the honey were helping with that. And then I just put the sausage back into the pan where the onions and peppers were, and sauteed those 5 minutes each side, followed by 10 minutes in the pan with a half cup of vegetable broth, or stock rather, to let that steam. It's pretty good. How do I have a golden sub badge? So the reason why I have a golden sub badge is because you have been a sub for 3 months now. You can actually see, for example, what it looks like to be a 6-month sub from Giraffe. But that is why. Tiers or stars? Yes, exactly. Had a couple of those burritos last night with corn, beans, and rice included in them, and they are so freaking good the cilantro wasn't overpowering. That's good. Yeah, cilantro can be... You have to be careful there. I was thinking about actually... didn't resub, though, yet. I think someone may have gifted you a sub, Simple, then. It's possible. Unless Twitch is just being Twitch and, you know, showing that for now until you refresh, in which case it'll probably take it away. But yeah, I was thinking about getting some, like, steak tips and making burritos. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Do some steak tips, some beans, a bit of cheese on top. Do some refry beans. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to Midwich. Since the killer's the one who brought it, I'm wondering if it might be a Ghostface or a Scratch Mirror Myers, maybe? And someone who's going to prefer indoor maps. A month ago, maybe they did an extended amount of months. Maybe. It's not outside the realm possibility. No Jen here. Duly noted. It was Shelby? Gotcha. I still have no idea how to predict where gens spawn on this map. I really don't. There's no indication of where gens are or are not. It's a Nemesis, by the way. No one dying. No thrilling thrill the hunt. Nemesis. Why would Nemesis want to go to Midwich? Huh. Odd. Ruin? No Ruin. Hammy's been hit. Yeah, like, I know common spawn locations, but, like, unlike RDP, which has the lights on the outside, I still have yet to figure out any indication. Ooh, they have the zombie speed add-on. Did you see how quickly that zombie sauntered past me? They have the zombie speed add-on for real. Holy hell. Alright, so Henny's down. Halfway on this gen. Imagine maybe Eruption. Include on the other side of the map. Iron Grasp. 1 gen down. Good news there. Yeah, that zombie freaking sped past me. Gramps is near. Alright, looks like he has tunnel vision. No, he doesn't. Not sure if that's pop or what. Or he's on me now. Not a great place to be. I think he's on tier 1 still. Yep, he is. Perfect. Not a great loop to be on, though. So I'll take the momentum. Go upstairs. Wow, he actually got that hit. I'm shocked. Because I'm infected, pallets are not a great place for me. Yeah. That's where his anti-loop comes in. Like, do you even bother dropping a pallet there? Like, you have to drop it wicked early. I don't think he's a mob there, Simple, unfortunately to say. You have Deliverance activated, duly noted. Yeah, I think if you're healthy, you can drop the pallet, because then you can get the momentum and he doesn't break the pallet. So that's about it. We'll make it's activated. And I see Gramps downstairs who also needs a heal. So let me go for that. I'll keep the infection for now. Let's heal Gramps. This should be pretty quick between body knowledge and desperate measures. Perfect. Yeah, he's coming. I don't know if it's from upstairs or downstairs, though. But since I've already been on hook, I want to avoid chase if I can help it. That's bad timing. Want to avoid chase, I say. Immediately get in the chase. Drop early. Defaults down. Now I can't do much here. Dropping pallets won't do much. So we need safe vaults, relatively speaking. Need vaults after. If I can get the drop in the pallet fast enough, then maybe. Looks like he might have left me. Nope. Wishful thinking. Okay, let's go back this way. Thank God for that miss. Yep, I'll just take the grab. I'll just waste as much time as I can. We only have one gen left up, so we're not in a bad spot, all things considered. But me being on Deathhook's not great either. Oh, come on, zombie, get the fresh hell out of here. You can't save because you don't have BT? Gotcha. The zombie's taking aggro on someone. You're gonna take a hit. Wow, that was lucky. Oh, he's coming. Never mind. Let's split up. Alright, thankfully went for you. Let's try and get this done ASAP. Thank you, Grams, for taking the down. I appreciate you. Alright, we're good. Oh, hi, zombie. I'd rather you not be there. I'm going to self-heal real quick. Yeah, that zombie was in a really good place, all things considered. Let's start 99 the exit gate. Hammy, can you go for the unhook? I'm on Deathhook. Would not be a smart move for me. And he's on simple right now. Yep. I would not go through middle. That's a mistake. It would have been better to go around to the left. Well, that's not great. Oh, but now Hammy's gonna get chased immediately after. Yep, Gramps gets down. Yeah, going through the middle like that was not a good move. Oh, wait, did a zombie get you? Oh. That's unfortunate timing. Deliverance. Good news there. Don't open that yet. Or, okay, there's the open. Let me heal you real quick. Hi. I'm gonna heal you real quick. You might want to... Oh, wait, you're broken. That's right, you're broken and probably have DS. Okay, I think Hammy... No, he's trying to zone out now. No, Ed! Oh! 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 Yeah, you should leave now. You should most certainly leave. Simple. Why are you still here? I'm on death hook. Why are you still there? Leave! Simple. I love you to death, but I question your thought process sometimes. I'm on death hook. No, Ed. Leave. I would leave. Do not give this guy more hooks than he deserves. Just leave at this point. There's Hatch. Yeah, he knows where it is, though. I would just go to the exit gate. Like, you have the ability to go for the exit gate. Why Simple went for Unhook while injured instead of Guilt and you healing? He's gonna close the hatch. He's right on top of it. Like, I don't know why you're trying for that. That's such a bad idea if Noed up. If Noed wasn't up, maybe I can see it. Take it, hit from the zombie. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. I want to hatch for a challenge. Oh, I see now, I see. That makes a little bit more sense. That makes a little bit more sense. Can't take zombie hit. Were they injured? That'd be my only thought process. But GG, well played to the Nemesis and the survivors. They're injured? Oh. I was gonna say, if they're not injured, then you could have taken a hit from momentum, but that wouldn't matter either. Got face camped by a zombie, the game felt so bad. Yeah, that's rough. Zombies do what zombies do. But GG, big man Fredo. I was the Nemesis. Ah, fair enough, my friend. GG's. That Noed was a wee bit unexpected, I'll be real. That's gotta be my last one. No worries, Gramps. Appreciate being here as always. And with that being said, let's jump back onto Killer. But big man Fredo, would love to have you here as part of the Guilty Ones if you are interested. I'm actually an educational Killer main, here to teach killers how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. Noed, he's running my favorite perk. Yeah, Noed be Noed. Yeah, I didn't check the add-ons, but I'm pretty sure those were the speed add-ons for the zombies. They were speedy. I tried to hide it and got scared I almost hit the David. Ah, fair enough. Speed and detection range, I want to say. Finally got pop for Legion. Hey, that's pretty exciting, Hammy. But let's spin the wheel. We have spun the rootin', tootin', shootin' cowboy himself, the Deathslinger. Do you guys want to play Deathslinger, or would you like to spin the wheel of Killer one more time? I'll let you decide as per usual. And let's take a look. Gotta head up for now. Stop in later if you're still on. I appreciate it, Grams. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time. We're spinning once more, and we got the Hag. I'm going to spin again until we get someone who's not on a 10+, and instead we got the Trickster. Sounds like a plan to me. I also need to update the graphic, don't I? I'll have to do that another time. But I think Hag is on a 13 win streak, if I'm not mistaken. Hag on 13. Let's see. Hag on 13. Pig lost her 14. Is now on a 2. Just my luck finding a calm team while playing Pig. Legion's on a 14. Ghostface on a 15. Demo on a 2. Not a 1. Let's get you updated real quick. Deathslinger's on a 1. Pyramid Head is on a 3. Billy is on a 5 win streak. And so is Nurse. Oh, one sec. Sorry. My buttons got a little bit mismatched there for a second. Nurse is on 5. Trapper's on 0. Myers is on 1. Huntress on 1. Should probably check if the game has started yet. Nope, in lobby. Perfect timing. Bye, Hammy. Have a good one. Why do you, what do you normally run on Ghostface? Corrupt, Ruin, Pop, and a Nurse's Calling. Stealth base is usually pretty good with a Nurse's Calling, honestly. So let me see if anything else needs updating on the win streak. Stock is on 0. Sorry, Doc, me boy. But you are god-awful without add-ons. 10, 2, 1, 0, 14, 26, 18, 2, 2, 1, 3, 0 on Blight. No longer 6. With a best of 8. Twins at 17 still. Oh, sorry, no. Current of 14. Best of 17. Trickster on a current of 0. Best of 2. And Nemesis with a best of 8. Alright, that should be everything updated. Just in time. I don't know what it is today. I'm just apparently missing my mouth when drinking things. Go figure. Hey, what's up, White Snake? Thank you much for the raid. Welcome, welcome, raiders. I am Mark, aka Gilty, educational killer main, here to teach kills how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you all here. White Snake, how was your stream today? Were you playing Dead by Daylight? Were you playing something else? Looks like maybe some Binding of Isaac. Very happy to see that. Are you were you playing any character in specific? Chaos Binding of Isaac. Very nice, very nice. I love to see it. I've been playing some Binding of Isaac. Didn't play it this weekend. We'll play it this coming Sunday, though. Very, very excited about that. My own personal save file, I've been finishing up some Tainted characters. Playing Twitch Reloaded mod. Ooh. I'll have to look into that. What's that mod all about, out of curiosity? Current comes back in 20 seconds. Hello, survivors. There we are. Hi, David. You're out in the open, so let's just throw knives wildly. Perfect. We get a pallet and an injured. Your Twitch chat gets to screw you. Ooh. Maybe I'll have to introduce that at some point. Do you have all the characters already unlocked? Or is it just something that you're playing as is? I'd want to get all my characters unlocked on my Twitch save profile before I do that. I think 3 more months simple before you get the diamond. Oh, that's right. I don't have Ruin. I just realized that. I thought I did. I have a freaking Eruption. God dang it, Eruption. You're supposed to be the Ruin replacement. Now you're just kind of garbage. Alright, let's get our hit. I see they're back on that gen, though. You got Tainted Azazel. Very nice. I haven't gotten all the Tainted characters yet on my personal save file. But we're slowly but surely getting there. You'll go for that pallet, maybe? You have only 7 more. Let's use them wisely. Perfect. And let's see. Thankfully, they have not taken the time to heal yet, which is quite good. I hear them in middle. That is David, even better. Now my family, but I'll leave the stream open. I appreciate that, White Snake. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you, not only for the raid, but for your continued support. I'm very happy to hear that you had a good stream. David, me boy, where do you think you're going? I have no more knives, I do want to point that out. Not exactly a great position to be in. So let's reload. Might want to drop Chase on him, honestly, and try and get a second eruption. I do see Scratch Marks going back towards middle. I imagine they're going to try and double up on that and finish it out. Yep. There's David again, and Jane, and Jill. Perfect. Hi, Leon. Maybe you could not work on that gen. That'd be fantastic. Jill and Jane trying desperately to finish this out. Jill probably feels pretty emboldened, and she's not injured. So, how do I want to play this? Really? How did I get hit by that pallet? I already was turning to the right, and the game's like, yeah, but... Yeah, this is not a great situation. We're gonna lose at least 1 gen here. Maybe I should have committed to one of the injured ones instead of Jill. Yeah, pallets in general are kind of rough on killers ever since the update after Trickster. We swing, get a hit. Unfortunately, that clears all of her laceration. Yep, that's 1. And I want to ideally get Eruption soon. Jane also healed, by the way. That's 2, but she's not in Chase yet is the problem. Main event's activated. But it's not a great place to use it. I need to get her off of this tile before using it. There we go. There we go. Eruption goes off. Let's get her up onto a hook. And see if we can pop this gen ASAP. Alright, where are they next? I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see Leon, so it makes it quite difficult to do so. Maybe I should have hit him on that vault, to be honest. Let's see what we can do. If we can get another down ASAP. He drops that really early, trying to make distance. Yeah, I wanted to try and pressure that after the break. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. That must be Jill in that case. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. If you had just dropped the pallet early instead of camping it, you would have been fine. But because she camped it, that's what cost her. But we're losing this match. There's nothing I can do. Trying to think of what we can change to our build and how I can change my play style to play a little bit more efficiently with Trickster. Probably need to watch more of Rugard's stream. Get a sense of how to play Trickster better. When to use knives, when to not. Right now we're kind of in a tough spot. Might have a match like earlier. True. It's not outside the realm possibility. Especially where they did give me a bit of a cluster of gens. Not what I'd call a 3-gen. Is Jane not paying attention? Or is that bait? Bait. That was definitely bait. Perfect. Let's get you up and then pop that gen ASAP. If we can play this 3-gen, then maybe we might be able to win. But if they double triple up on that 1-gen there, it's gonna be problematic. They took the time to heal. Let's pop and erupt it real quick. Let's reload. That has to be David then, who just got that unhook. Sorry, Leon, gonna have to do this. Wanna get that eruption going. Yep, he's out in the open. So we can just kind of spray and pray. There's the eruption. We're gonna leave him on the ground. That'll incentivize them to go get the pickup. I'm just hoping that 6% was enough. Scratch marks into the U-wall. Alright, we're going to just sit here for a bit. Wait for eruption to come back up. And wait for them to let Leon up as well. This is fine. 2 people couldn't work on for 10 seconds, yeah. So that did help out quite a lot. No one's on that gen. What about this one, though? I see David going back. If they were to just split up on gen pressure right now, they would win. But because they're overcommitting to this 1 generator, we're not in a bad spot. There's Jill. I heard a 3rd person here, so there's 3 people here right now. There's Jane. So that must have been Leon who was on the totem in that case. There's eruption. That was Leon on the gen at that point. And I will note there aren't many hooks here. Let's push David this way and hope that Leon's not back on the gen. If he is, we're in trouble. He tried for the body block. I could care less about that. There's Jane. I think if they would have committed to it, they would have gotten it. Jill, David, Jane. There's Leon. Let's hit him back into that corner. 8 stacks of save is going to help me out a ton. He'll go out front. No, he didn't. There we go. Another 6% on that gen. No one on it, though. Let's check the gen on the right. They must have waited for the down. That way they didn't get interrupted for 6 seconds. That's rough. Jane's here. Let's knife her. Pallet here? Nope, pallet's gone. She goes for the vault. Faked. Good job on her part. Pallet's still up. So she gets momentum. But doubles back? Why? Why would she do that? Maybe she's still gonna play around Shaq after all? Yep, they are. Did the last time too. He was on quickly after Leon. Maybe. Shack's not a great place for me to be looping. There's one. We did get a quick mind game. Perfect. If her pathing wasn't ideal, it's gonna cost her. Exit gate here still hasn't been worked on, so hooking in basement might be the play. But is Jane dead on hook? Wow. They just didn't care. If she's not dead on hook, I'm surprised. Let's find out. Dang it. Maybe we could have gotten more altruism if she wasn't. But they fully respected that fact. And just dipped out as soon as we got her on our shoulder, which is a smart move. Moments like that are where I wish I had the hook counter that survivors do. But GG, well played to these survivors. I mean, we held it together for a while there, I'm not gonna lie. If I think we got someone who wasn't on death hook, we may have been able to get a little bit more altruism. Alright though. That being said, let's jump on to another match of the Huntress and see what we can do, unless you guys do want to spin the wheel. We have roughly time for about 5 matches, unless we do get 4 more subs. 4 more subs will extend the stream by 1 hour. Do keep that in mind. Alright. Do I get a challenge? Oh, you're right, I did not. That is a good point. I think I only have 1 more killer challenge on the current tome. Chapter 4. I need to kill 5 more survivors, and I also need to do a trapper challenge as well. Catch 2 survivors in the bear trap while in chase with them as trapper. So that's not too difficult. That's not too difficult. I need to kill 5 more survivors for this one. So maybe we'll do a match of trapper as well. Need to get a stretch in there. So let's see. Huntress is right now on a 1-win streak, so this will be for win number 2. Billy and Nurse are at 5. Everyone else is below at 0 to 3, roughly. I enjoyed Trapper. He can be gun. He can be fun, I imagine. Is Olaf trying to type for you? Oh yes, the keyboard? Is Olaf attacking the keyboard? Is that, you know, the boar you have to hunt for your keys? You know, every gamer has to go through the trials and tribulations of hunting the keyboard. How did he type football? What is that emote even? Football, yeah. Apparently he managed to type football. Maybe Olaf is trying to tell you something. He's trying to tell you that he wants a football. Dr. Eggman, I love that. That actually is so awesome. That that cosmetic combination with that name, that's great. I love that. Dr. Eggman. David, I like you. What is my ideal build for Myers? Right now, Corrupt, Ruin, Pop, and Bamboozle. Unfortunately, Myers just suffers so much without add-ons. He's one of those with Trapper, Doctor, Myers. They just suffer so much without add-ons right now. I heard him called Dr. Eggman all the time when he was bald with mustache cosmetic came out. Really? I never saw that. Yo, what's up, Sodimo? How goes it, my friend? How's your day been? Football? Yeah, Olaf, Giraffe's cat, decided to help out with the typing. And apparently, it's now been mentioned that Olaf wants a football. Pretty good, chillin'. Good to hear, good to hear. Hopefully the day's been going well. Any plans for the rest of it, or just going to relax for the most part? That reminds me, I need to record some more Resident Evil gameplay, don't I? Right now I think I have 2 more episodes pre-recorded. So yeah, I'll have to do that some point this week. Funko Pop is going to steal all my money. There are Hamilton Pops. Ooh. 3 a.m.? Okay, fair. That's fair. You know, 3 a.m. is definitely the either I'm asleep or the chilling hour. I feel that. That's when I do like my last minute edits to my videos. 3 a.m. in the morning. But that's because I have to wake up Frankie at 3:30. So I go to bed at like 6 a.m., wake up at 1 p.m., then start my day from there. Play kills today again. I'm rank 18 kill. I play Hillbilly, and these survivor mains are rude. Yeah, they can be sometimes, unfortunately. They definitely can be. But don't let this harm you. Unfortunately, you know, people be people. And as you get higher up in the ranks, once you get past, like, green rank in the purple and red, survivors get a little bit more humble. They're so cute, I need them. Alright, let's take a look where these survivors might be. Might want to break that door soon. I should have done that right away. Run Rank 17's, that just Smurf. It might just not be smurfing, by the way. It might be that they haven't played for a while and rank reset. And because of that, it results in a scenario to where they are just a lower rank. I guess higher in that case. Depends on how you say it. Perfect. Let's get Dr. Eggman on hook and see where these survivors are. Reset is on the 13th, and yes, it is 17 days later, but they might just not have played all too much since reset. Well, not ideal. We were still able to get the down there. Now, that should have been everyone, because we saw 1, 2, 3, Dwight's number 4. Be patient. Good dodge. Unfortunately, now we're out of hatchets. He got lucky there. If his ping had been off, he'd been in a bad spot. Use his life. Nah. Oh, bollocks. I think maybe... Would that have gotten the hit? No, I think there would have been a bush in the way. Or a bale, rather. Goes to Shack. Faults out. Dead Hard or Bust Wipe. Alright, let's find what gens they're on at this point. If I had to bet, they're going to be on this one over by Harvester. Let's see. They are not, surprisingly. They already finished middle. So could they be back there once we rotated? Let's find out. So far, nothing. And nothing, really? We passed by this gen not too long ago. I am shocked. That is shocking right there for sure. We're definitely getting a lot better. At least on those long-range throws. kind of predicting movement, just holding it a little bit longer. I find that as you hold it longer and longer, the survivor's movements become more and more predictable. That is quite helpful. We're gonna show the red light here. Hit Dwight. Good dodge. Should have held that a little bit longer, probably. And good dodge again. Let's reload. Hey! Freaking long-range snipe across the map, and that's why you don't necessarily want to heal directly under the hook against the Huntress. She might get a surprise long-range snipe like that. Thankfully, I've already finished the challenge, too. Alright, let's pick you up real quick, Dwighty boy. I think not. Yeah, no, we already finished the challenge, thankfully. That must be David off the immediate unhook. No, that's Nia. Get this boxer in there. I need to figure out how to accurately throw those at distance, where I can get the right elevation, for lack of a better term. All right, see them going from there to the left. Yeah, I need to do some testing and figure out, how to make it work. Come on, David. Where you going? Ooh, that was a tight turn there, I'll be honest. I thought he had more distance to go. I would have thrown otherwise. Out of hatchets. That's not great. Goes for the vault, though. Dead hard, maybe? Can't dead hard if you're vaulting. I mean, that's cute and all, Nia, but do you really think that's a great idea when I'm right next to a hook? Because now it means that you're all injured. And I can be immediately back in the chase. Good night, Created. Have a good one, my friend. She didn't leave. I think he's still around here somewhere. Was that a second Dwight that I heard on that? I could have sworn I heard 2 Dwight moans. Maybe I was wrong. Alright, well at this point in time, I feel like we're in a really good spot. We've kind of taken control of the game. We weren't in a horrible spot throughout it, but with 2 people dead, we're pretty much where we need to be. Good dodge, can't really see through the corn. Let's chase you through. That's number 2. She goes back around again. Maybe I shouldn't be chasing her here, though. I'm fearful of one thing, and Dwight going back on that gen. But looks like it's still regressing. So that's fine. Wonder how close that was to that gen. It seemed relatively close based on the arc. Not on that gen. Maybe they're trying to key out, potentially? Gen's just about dead. Maybe I should have committed to that chase on Nia. I was just worried that the Dwight was going to jump on that gen right there. She vaults in, that's fine. First time drivers have gone out all day. Not too bad. I mean, she'd be smart just to W out. Hey, what's up, Dr. Friday? Thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. Very happy to have you here. Alright, she left this time. Upsy daisy. Alright, let's just pick you up. I was wanting to try and close out the match. Yeah, the face cam did DC, you're not wrong. It was looking at all those long-range hatchets, was pretty upset about it. Just so you know, Nia, that I could not give you the hatch, but here you go. Bye, Nia. But GG, well played to these survivors. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Good luck, have fun, next match. Oh, that's awesome. So that must have been Dr. Friday. I appreciate you. But GG's well played, Friday. GG's well played. Yeah, overall, we're not doing bad of Huntress. Like, I'm getting a lot better at those long-range hatchets and kind of predicting movement over time, so I'm pretty happy. I still feel like I still need a lot more practice over time to get even better and more efficient in those chases, but having a good time. Hey, GG's Dr. Friday, GG's. That's a fun game to watch. I'm happy to hear. I definitely feel like I got some good clips for the montage from today's stream. Alright, let's see. We have time for roughly 4 more matches. Well, we'll do another match of Huntress unless you guys want to spin the wheel. Huntress is always a fun one for me. She has such a unique way of playing compared to most other killers. Friday, out of curiosity, were you the Nia or were you a different survivor that match? I kind of want to get the Nia's reactions to that hatchet across the map on the unhook. That was a wee bit dirty, I'm not gonna lie. More Huntress, sounds like plan to me. That was the other Dwight that died first. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I don't know if you were, forget who was on the hook. It's either you or David, and Nia had just unhooked them. And I just like, oh, you know, might as well toss a hatchet for good luck. Smack Nia right in the face. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But it does look like we do have another TTV in lobby. If we give a shout out to It's It's Tickles or It Stickles. I don't know which. Either ways. As a reminder, if you are going to go say hi, please do not mention that I am a fellow TTV. Please interact with them as if you're brand new to their channel. And of course, at the end of the stream, or at the end of the game rather, they'll realize that I'm also a Twitch streamer. Just that way, they do not feel like we're either stream sniping or doing cross or self-promotion in their channel. So that would be much appreciated. Do I have any... Oh, I was going to say, do I have any blood point offerings, but I guess I'll have to wait till next time and find out. So, out of curiosity, guys, you know, obviously we have our highlighted games that we do. Would you guys like, you know, the normal highlighted games, let's say Monday through Thursday, and then have like a hyper edited video on Friday where it takes all the highlights from the week? Or do you like right now just the daily edited video idea that I put in place? And for those who don't know, I have just started editing videos. Before it was just like highlight and ship, and now it's a bit more in-depth as I'm learning how to edit myself, which has been an undertaking to say the least. Alright, let's go find where they are. Our ruined totem's not a great spot, I'll be honest. Let's take a look around. Scratch marks going where? Left to right, right to left. Continue over here. Where are you going, Jakey boy? Can't get that far. At least he knew not to drop the pallet. Ooh, look at you, you sneaky bugger. Let's transfer targets then. Good one. I saw 2 survivors here. Now, what's the game plan here, Jake? Through the mannequins. There goes Ruin, though. Close. No cigar, though. And if Ruin gone as well, I have to be careful here. Hi there, Dwight. I knew I heard something. Now, is there 2 people in there, or is it just 1? That's the real question. Well, I'll leave you hanging there for a bit, Dwight. I do see Jill, so let's chase you. I do wish that Ruin was still up a little bit longer, but I figured that'd be going out pretty quick. Looks like she doubled back. Makes a bit of sense. No, no, no. Saw what you're trying to do. So far, the games have been pretty good. Can't complain, honestly. But how are you doing today, Shelby? How's the day been? Alright. So they did get 1 gen. Not the end of the world, of course. You should probably go back to bathroom, I imagine. Surprisingly enough, it did drop off of it. Might as well pop that out of existence real quick. And then go back for the unhook. No scratch marks right away. I was hoping to find the unhooker, and we did. Alright, I wanted to fake him out a little bit there. And we got enough distance from it, thankfully.
Ow!
Alright, up goes the Jake. Let's check the gens. I hear someone on the other side of that wall. Sounds like a Jill. And indeed it was. Let's check bathroom one more. Shoot. That was bad timing. We had gotten there a little bit sooner. That'd have been delightful. Gotta go upstairs. If he didn't have that opening, I think we could have gotten him through the mannequins. He'll probably dive back for the pallet. He drops down, taking the stun. We're taking too long on this chase, though. I see Nurse's Calling activate. So close. That one little box is what got me. But we got him down to the end. Now, who went and attempted that flashlight save, eh? I think based on the sound, that was Jill. But I can't say for certain. Scratch marks? They did not go up, instead they went down. Sounds like they're on the gen below me. Let's be patient here. I guess that works. You can't get the flashlight save like that. Yo, what's up, Spooky? How goes it? How you doing today? Scratch marks again? There's Jill. I don't know why you would stay over here. That makes zero sense to me. But you do you, Jill. Alright. Indeed. Welcome back, my friend. Very happy to see you here, as always. Thank you, I appreciate it. Getting a little bit better of Huntress. Also, if it seems weird why I'm kind of stopping talking during an animation, I'm doing that specifically so I can make transitions easier for myself. When... No, you dropped that purposely. Interesting. When editing my videos, that's why. That's too high up. I can't throw over that. The middle part I can. That I can't. Got the pallet. Not happening. Alright. So let's go for the pickup. And we need to ensure that they don't get any more gens. Right now we're not in a bad spot, all things considered. Let's figure out what gens they're on. Yeah, they're on this one here. That actually worked out perfectly. Last mine? Wow. Blast mine and a flashbang. Can I just point out how desperately they wanted that generator right there? Holy hell. Did they finish it? No, they finished someone else. They'll probably jump back on that gen out of desperation. They don't, though. Well, that's mildly problematic, ain't it? So far, nothing. They're probably taking the time to heal up. A Nurse's Calling hasn't procced in a while, though. Scratch marks, that works out pretty perfectly. Okay. Why here, though? I hear additional footsteps. Flashbang. Good attempt. I can appreciate what you were attempting to do there. But it was ill-advised. Let's get you up now. And then let's hook you and then patrol the other gens. Oh yeah, that pop value was something else. We got very good value there for sure. Alright, let's patrol. Ooh, man. They did split gen pressure. That could be troublesome. Let's break this. That'll make it easier for me to patrol. Oh yeah, let's go for Jake real quick. I think that is the play here. Yep, just pin him down and we're good to go. So the question is for Dwight, do they go for the gen? Because they'll give me their positioning if so. Not there on that gen, probably over here then. Let's take a look. Not on that gen either. Let's see if we need to pop it still. We do. Alright. I mean, I don't think they can, realistically speaking, win this now. I think that they're in just the position where if I was them, I just go for the hatch. Or the exit gate. One or the other. What's the verdict on the poll? Hook or hatch for Dwight Boy here? Okay. Hatch? Alright. You guys just are not lucky with those flashbangs, are you? Alright, let's bring him to an exit gate. Here you go, Tickles. Exit gate for you. The guilty ones have spoken. Come on. Wiggle off. You can do it. I have faith in you. You're a strong boy. You can wiggle off my shoulder, I'm sure. Though I am a supernaturally tall Russian huntress. You know, in retrospect, I don't think Dwight would be able to wiggle off my shoulder. If we're talking realistically speaking here. Let's see. Can I get it through there? I think I can. Can I arch it? A little bit higher. No, a little bit off. Alright, bye-bye, Dwight. Enjoy. Alright, well, not too bad. I mean, it was looking a bit dicey there for a little bit, but overall ended up in a pretty good game. That being said, GG, well played to these survivors. And that is our third win in a row on the Huntress. Alright, and thank you much for the shout out, Giraffe. I do appreciate it. Let's make sure we go say hi to Tickles once their, whatchamacallit, their ad is up. Though I do think that, no problem. Thank chat. I do think they're playing music. If someone could confirm that for me, that'd be appreciated. Good luck, have fun. Next match. Yeah, I think that they're playing music, based on what I saw. Which, if that's the case, I'm not gonna risk the DMCA. It's like the YMCA, but a lot worse. You've got an ad? Alright. Well, let me know, while I get this challenge. The follow notification is music, yeah? As long as it's below 15 seconds, that should be fine. If it's above 15 seconds, like a really long one, then I'm like, no, thank, and you.
Welcome in, Don's name was
Drop
taken.
follow, and a GG well played.
And Geeky, do you also play Dead by Daylight? Oh, there we go, I found it.
Always here to support
Guildfire, right?
other DBD streamers.
The man with the beard in the top right corner.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
hope
Guildfire,
that
thank
you
you for the
have
follow. I appreciate
great
it.
night slash stream.
Nice, what survivor do you main?
He's pretty cool. I definitely voted no for your hatch, though.
Yeah, I know, because you're a douche.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Likewise, Guild. Good luck in your next round.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Hey, seem like a pretty nice dude. And thank you much for the follow, Tickles. Thank you. And Samo, thank you much for the GGs. GG's well played, my friend. GG's well played. And thank you much for the follow as well. I am Mark, aka Guildspire. I'm an educational killer main, here to teach kills how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you both here. Would love for you to join our community Discord as well as our YouTube channel. Alright, but let's dive on in for some more Huntress. Thank you, I appreciate it, Tickles. Hope you have a great day, and hope you have the rest of your matches as well. You like my voice? Thank you, I appreciate that. It's something that I've gotten used to, people saying that quite often. I was kind of self-conscious about my voice for a long while, but until I started streaming, where everyone's like, oh, I like listening to you talk. I'm like, oh, thank you. And so now, I'm much more confident in that. It's very good. Yeah, that's... It's hard to explain, right? Like, I guess the best way is it's soothing, it's deep. Some would say sultry. I've gotten that a few times. But I appreciate it. Thank you, Samo. And let me know if I'm saying your name right. I am a wee bit dyslexic, so if I'm not, let me know, and I will try and correct that for future instances. Alright. Samo? Thomas backwards. Gotcha. Call me God if you want. I like you, Thomas. I like you. And Thomas, thank you much for the tier 1 sub. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Every sub does go towards my editor, myself, and other projects on the horizon, so I do appreciate it. Were you in that last match, out of curiosity? How the game's going? Pretty well. Cannot complain. How's your day been, Fire Gems? Have you been playing more Outlast, as you've done recently? Alright, let's throw on some blood point offerings. How much longer am I playing? Roughly 30 minutes, so probably 2 more matches, more or less. Unless we get 3 more subs, in which case we'll extend the stream by an hour. I'm playing a decent amount of Huntress today. I need to remember to update my graphic before too long. There we go. Let's see, 2 medkits. Should be good. No keys, which I love to see. 3 medkits, okay. You're doing Outlast 2 starting Friday. I'm shooting DBD at the moment, so our IQs are long. I can imagine. It is that time of night. And also... Wait. I just realized something. Today's Tuesday, right? I'm not crazy. It's not Monday, it's not Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Like, I thought about it I thought about it earlier when we got those back-to-back DCs. No Steam maintenance. I'm not sure if I should be, like, happy about that or concerned. Like, I'm really not sure. No Steam maintenance. What? Okay. Did the... Like, that's exactly what it is. Like, I was like, wait, today's Tuesday. Alright. Good luck in your match fire gems. We'll catch you soon, alright? Yeah, that's strange. Like, I thought about it earlier when we got those 2 DCs, but it's like at 5 o'clock at that point. So I was like, okay, that's no way it's the 8012 error code. You know, we'll get a DC in an hour for the 8012 error code Q&A, but no 8012 error code Q&A today. Interesting. I wonder if there could be maintenance tomorrow then. Now I'm just going to be paranoid for like the rest of the week until next Tuesday. To where it's like, huh, when's it gonna drop? When am I gonna get kicked out during a match I'm about to win or something, right? Criminy. Alright, well, there's that realization. Torment Creek. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's go to middle ASAP. See if we can find them, and if not, let's break the door. Scratch marks. There's Yui and Nia. Why run at me then? Good dodge. Yeah, she'll drop it. That's a good dodge on her part, though. Where did Yui go? Maybe I should have tracked Yui, not Nia there. She was still in the corner. But you did a good job dodging. I should have been a bit more patient. Held my hatchet until I knew that she was done dodging. Yep, there she went. Only one person on that gen from looks of things. No one on that gen. Or this gen. About Shack gen. Whole lot of nothing. Unfortunately, if we could have gotten that hit on Nia at the very least, that'd have been nice. Yeah, it looks like they might be waiting at Corrupt, which is less than ideal. And no real inclination to where they are, except for that one survivor on that one gen. Could also be hunting Ruin. Thankfully, it's in the corn. It's wide open. Not the worst spot for it. I thought a piece of corn was a survivor for a moment there. I'm not even gonna lie. Scratch marks. That's good news. Let's hit Feng Min's there since she's in the corner. Looks like a 10% regression or a red herring, maybe? No, too close. Oh, if I would have held that. Alright, we're gonna drop her because we saw a 10% regression here. Yep. 2 people. Prove thyself. Yui and Nia. We already know what she's gonna do. She's gonna try and use POV to her advantage. Body block it. Yui coming in for the body block. No hatchets left. And she'll now use Shack. I'm afraid that this Nia might not be a good chase for a multitude of reasons. She vaults, that's number 2. That's number 3. Now she has to get to another pallet. Head on, Swift. That's Yui. Though no moans of pain there. Interestingly enough. But that was definitely Yui. There's 3 people here. Feng Min, Yui. That's it. You staying on the tile. Not the right play. There's 2, if not 3 people here. Let's go to this gen. We saw that 10% regression. We see Nia there, already healed. 10% regression again. Every time they jump off, I swear to God, it's a 10% regression. Chasing Nia's not a great idea, based on what we've seen. Ruins up. Looks like they went back here. No, I can't get a hit there. There's a hay bale in the way. Any means necessary? What gen was that? That was middle? Which means Nia went for the unhook. Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Drop it. Yep. I couldn't ready up in time. Head on. A little bit too predictable. So, quick and quiet, head on Feng Min. Need to get to Nia's gen, though. ASAP. Yep. As was anticipated, there's Ruin. There's Nia. Only one person, though. 2 people took the time to heal. We'll vault for distance. Well, you drop pallet. Yep. Honestly, that's what I want. Getting pallet out of the way here is a good idea. She's in that tile, we're gonna leave. Pressure the unhook. Can't get a shot. Might have to force Nia to come here. Back on the gen. She wants me to chase. Yeah, she's trying to bait me out. There's second stage. They're gonna have to go for her soon. I think Nia's doing just that. There they are. Perfect. Just need to zone them out. Force them into some awkward situations. Yui's trying to cut behind the shack. This will result in a trade. Yeah, they're very wary of the zone. Nia takes a hit. You have iframes though, so I don't have to worry. She may have held her positioning. There's Nia. This might exactly be the pressure that I needed in order to bring this back, honestly. Because of them overcommitting to their gens and then forcing them off of that, that's exactly what I needed. I was hoping that she would go to the right. Feng Min. Yui vaults. I'm actually gonna go for Feng Min real quick. She's on hill. A little bit early. They're gonna go for basement, so let's insta-hook. Then go for the basement unhook, so we can ideally get another down. Do not hit the Nia. There's Feng Min, which means Nia's still down here. BT, that's horrible. We know she doesn't have DS though. Nope, stuff in the way, can't go for the unhook.
I can hear you a mile away, Nia. That's so rough. I'll sit on this. They're healing. See one person over there. I don't know how that missed, I'll be honest. Since he's self-cared, no DS. We know that as fact. If we can put you on the hill, that'd be good. Our gens over here are pretty much silent, which is what we want. So let's reload real quick. They really need to reset. Let's see, Nurse's Calling hasn't activated yet. Let's pressure these gens. There is Feng Min on the opposite side of Haybell. Show the red light. I could have sworn that was Feng Min, not Yui. Flashbang. Close. Close again. I have the right ideas there, just not the right execution. Alright. Let's see where they might be. No one there. Looks like maybe someone had gen tapped that at some point. There's Nia. A little too far to the left. Yep, she's trying to bait me. That's fine. Yep, we'll just chase, force her to use pallet. That works for me. And everyone's on Death Hook now, so we're in a good spot. Now, where are these last two Feng Mins? That is the question, ain't it? I was hoping that maybe I'd see them on a Nurse's Calling, but no dice. They can't get Hatch yet. So I think with Ruin still up, all gens pretty much dead. I think we're pretty much good to go. They might realize I have a Nurse's Calling at this point. Because they're being very careful about healing, I think, within my lullaby range. No, there's nothing I can do there to behind the wall. Let's see, head on, right? Oh wow, I was too close on that. I didn't think I was. Good dodging. I mean, you can keep on doing that. You're doing a good job. But doesn't mean you're gonna escape. Hey, what's up, Storlord? GG's, my friend, GG's. I appreciate stopping by, saying hi. Would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. Swing. Spine chill, question mark? Yo, what's up, Little Rock? How goes it? See this virus has some hop today? Overall, the stream went pretty well. Can't complain. And that will be that. Yeah, ideally I always want to go for the M2 over the M1 so we can save distance on the fatigue. But sometimes survivors be like that and they just can continuously dodge using the FOV trick. But let's see if we can find Hatch before this Fingman can. Yeah, unfortunately spawned pretty much anywhere, so there's not much I can do. Just have to search around and hope we find first. Rats have not been disturbed, so she isn't over by middle, and good thing. Let's see, we're over by this exit gate. Chances are she's not here. Let's go for it. A little high. Yeah, a little high on that. No one there. Unfortunately, the corn's blocking a lot of our line of sight on this exit gate. So far, nothing. Nothing. Is she going for a key, potentially? Nope, she's here. Well, that's all the information that I need. Now, I wonder something. Now I was hopeful. Now, this could be a trick and try and have them go over to the other exit gate. And it would be a smart play. Let's see what they do here. Nope. I don't think they have enough time now, do they? Ooh, they might. Unfortunately, I'm not that accurate at long ranges just yet. But GG, well played to these survivors. I wonder if there's any good way of, like, getting target practice in with Huntress. I kind of wish there was. If there was, that'd be pretty nice, because I could definitely use a little bit more. I'm definitely not bad for hatchets, all things considered, but still need some work on them. But with that being said, I think we have time for one more match. Do we want to play our last match of Huntress, or do you guys like to spin the wheel? Or just time in pubs? Yeah. I mean, I guess customs would be the best way. The biggest thing is I want to figure out, like, long-range hits like that. It's so hard to know if you're close or if you're off, right? So I guess it's just takes times challenge. I don't think I have a challenge anymore. We have a Trapper challenge. I think that's about it. Yeah, it's just Trapper. So we could end the stream off on Trapper, I suppose, if you guys want. Yeah, the biggest thing from that last game, I'd say, is the fact that I was able to pressure that hook into second stage and force everyone to come for the unhook. That's what really secured me that match for sure. Without that situation being my favor, I think we probably would have lost. Because they were cranking out those gens fast. But just because they were so wary of going for the unhook, and so I was just trying to zone out Nia and force someone else to come in. But because I had, like, pretty good line of sight on every side, I just continuously just zoned them out bit by bit until they were forced into a scenario. Alright, let's grab that, and we should be good to go. I also will commend them on their many flash, not flash-like, but flash bang attempts. How many flashbangs did we see that match? I would say at least 4 or 5. They dropped those with wanton abandonment. They did not care whether it hit or not. They just like, here, have a flashbang. Have a flashbang. I'm not sure if it was just like them continuously throwing them or if it's just all of them had flashbang. I didn't really pay attention to their perks. Alright, Leon and Jake. Let's ready on up, shall we? And this will be for the 5th win in a row on the Huntress. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, some interesting offerings. Bloody party streamers. Bloody party streamers. And more blood points. Alright, I won't complain with that. Double bloody parties. Apparently doing some pre-anniversary party streamers up in here. I'm excited for tomorrow and getting many of blood points as long as people aren't hoarding their cakes. I'm hoping that everyone who has a cake will use one so we just see cakes across the board. But I'm sure we won't be that lucky. One of the things had flashbang? Really? Wow. She has kept on dropping. So she must have... How is that possible? I'm trying to think because the gens didn't really get to half all too often. I guess it's a collective half. Yeah, she must have gotten a lot, so it must have been like a collective half over time. So she kept on like jumping on a gen, I'd push her off, jumping on a gen, push her off, and rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And she just keep on using flashbang every time she had it. Interesting. Fair play. I imagine she is also the one with head-on, right? That makes sense to me. Quick and quiet head-on flashbang. Was that right for a build? I'd imagine so. Or is it the other one with head-on? I'm not even sure now, thinking back. Alrighty, though. I appreciate your draft. Thank you, thank you. Let's see what map we're on. If we're getting another Coldwood map, that wouldn't be bad. Rancid? Alright, yeah, that's fine. It's pretty wide open, so as long as I can get some prediction hits through the corn, I think I should be good. We probably want to break the wall, though, relatively soon. The other thing had it on, really? That is a wee bit surprising. Let's see if they choose to go out back. Doesn't look like it so far. Crow went off. There's Jake and an additional set of scratch marks, actually. I don't think it's just him. No, maybe it was. I'm going to ignore him. I want to make sure that I'm patrolling an active gen and not just chase someone out. Yep. Good job to Lori and Leon. Good dodge. How did that miss? That's so odd. I'll just hit him. What's with survivors all of a sudden knowing how to dodge Huntress hatchets like a freaking god? Alright, they're off the gens. Let's pick him up then. And I guess we should check middle and then those two gens, especially that far one in the corner while Corrupt is still up. Speak of the devil. Alright, they're on that one. I don't care about that. That's pretty lightly done. They did jump off. I was hoping that he would try and play the T-wall. So now he's going to play this loop. Let's get him to drop it. It is not. We should get an M1 hit here. Is that a flashbang in his hand too? I think it is. Perfect. Let's take you a bit far away from that gen there, Jake. Would rather you not jump back on it immediately. Hook you here. Let's reload. If I had to bet locations, we're gonna let them take that unhook. Not gonna contest when I could pressure a gen instead with Ruin up. Especially this gen that Lori and Leon were on earlier. Really? What gens are they on then? Unless... Did they go back to that gen? Are they on comms maybe? They are. I'm hoping that would have scared them off. Alright, so I'm not sure if it was just Lori there for someone else in addition. There's Jake and one other, Leon. He goes here, will he vault in again? Nope. That's it. There's Arena as well. Dead hard? No dead hard. Lori spent too much of her BT here. No, I was hoping that she would turn out sooner. Too late there, Jake. Good attempt, though. Good attempt. Dead hard? Okay. No, she didn't go out again. Not on point at all. Let's give up chase. That was a really good snapshot. Let's bring her towards middle and then go for that gen. I imagine Jake will be on it. Yep. Probably Jake and Leon for that matter. Scratch marks. Going for the unhook as we speak. And I'm pretty sure Leon's dead on hook as we speak. Perfect. Let's patrol gens again. They got middle. We might need to check that back corner again. Why you would do that, Serena, I don't know. Let's hook on our way. There goes Ruin. Honestly, Ruin has done its job at this point in time. So let's see. There is Jake on the T-wall. Will he play the T-wall? No, he doesn't. I'm going to ignore him then and pop. A little bit to the right, I think. Let's hit. Give him some momentum. No, I couldn't see whether or not I could hit him there, unfortunately. Zarina's chasing me, by the way. Don't know why. But I'll gladly down her. I waited just a little bit, so he thought my red light was still going in that direction. Alright. And that there will end the game. Do you guys want to give the lorry hook or hatch? Yeah, apparently, literally, when I knew what he was going to do and he was not going to fall for the double back, or the moonwalk, I decided if I just stand still long enough, he'll walk into me. And that's exactly what he did. So, a little bit of an additional mind game in play there. Oh, criminy. We weren't even horribly on point of our hatchets on this game. We were missing a good many. Did I check Shack? I don't think I did. Check long side. Nope. Must be back here then. I wonder if Lori's already found it. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Where is it? I feel like I've searched everywhere. Is it really in this back corner? Wow, it is. Alright, what's the verdict on the poll? Out of curiosity. Hook or hatch? What is the lorry's fate? Nay? Alright. Well, in that case, how do I want to play this? The exit gates are decently far away. So far, nothing in here. Let's reload real quick. And she gets it, she gets it. I'm trying to see if I can get that arc. I doubt that'll work. So far, no lights there. I think I just saw a crow come back. Been 20 seconds, but it could have been the endgame collapse doing its thing. It's hard to say for certain. It also could have been me who disturbed it in the first place. So far, nothing. I was gonna take a shot. Yeah, crow comes back. Still not sure if that's me, though, who disturbed that. Nope. Nothing there. Unfortunate, Lori. Your self-care there is the same button as the door. That does not bode well. That does not bode well for poor Lori. She was really close. I missed my first shot on her. She dodged it. But them the brakes. Now that being said, I do believe that does put Huntress onto a 5 win streak. Let's see, can I hit the top of that gen? Yeah, right over it. That's not bad. But GG, well played to these survivors. Not too bad at all. Was that Lori? Yeah, that Lori was console. That makes a bit of sense on why she had self-care tied to the same thing. That makes all too much sense. But with that being said, we are going to be ending the stream there. As always, we're going to go raid another member of Children of the Fog. In this case, I think we're going to go raid Fire Gems. As always, guys, if you did enjoy today's show, please make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, please check out my YouTube channel. We are starting to upload edited Dead by Daylight content. I am very much a amateur editor.
So I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think thus far. I'll be uploading another video tomorrow. With that being said, guys, as always, I'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. Bye-bye!